Hello, hello, hello. This is Johnny Mark Rebel coming to you from Chicago as usual. And I've got too much good stuff. It's happened a lot lately. It's mostly Zach's fault. Huge shout out to LawNerdsUnite. I don't want to give away all the secret sauce, but Zach has got a system. Zach is a smart computer nerd sort of a dude, and he's got things automated where he finds good stuff all the time. And then I can't not stream it because I've been doing this for years before Zach came along. And there would just be bad periods where I couldn't find anything good to stream. I'm going to show my age now, but when I was growing up, the old people would be like, you know, they'd be worth $30 million and they'd be going around like mending some crappy old shirt because they lived through the Depression and they couldn't let it go. That's what I'm like. I can't handle plenty. It's like, no, it's good. I have to stream it. Plus, it's fun. Let's face it. It's fun. Let's do this thing, shall we?
You as well, Your Honor.
You see this new judge next to me, Judge Brittany Johnson. She's going to be in Taylor. She just got appointed. She's a smart cookie.
I was in Taylor this morning, so I was dealing with the visiting judge again. So it'll be nice to have a sitting judge back on the bench.
Who was sitting there today?
To be honest with you, I'm not for sure. I never saw the judge. So,
Judge, if I may, really quick, I have an iPhone here that I haven't been able to identify.
Oh, on the iPhone there. Sir, ma'am, can you start your video and tell us your name, please?
Oh, I've only done one of these before. My name is Kimberly Carroll. I'm sorry. I was in some room or something, and then I didn't know. I was just sitting there staring at myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. All right. You got to have your name on there, okay?
All right. How do I do that?
Well, you got to start your video right now.
Oh, boy.
All right. Let's see.
Let's start with that. I just entered a default judgment.
Is there as me?
You cannot be driving, ma'am. What are you doing? Come on.
I'm not driving. I'm a passenger in a car.
You're still not. I'm not hearing cases with people driving or as passengers in cars.
Okay, I will pull over right now.
Short of us coming out to everybody's house and doing these on boats and stuff in the summer, I don't know.
If you aren't driving, then why are you pulling over?
I'm sorry, I have an emergency. I'm going out of town for a family member, but I will have my driver pull over. Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry. I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to be in a car, but hang on 1 second.
Am I crazy or does it not look like you're driving that car?
I'm not driving the car. I'm a passenger in the car, sir.
What side of the car are you on?
I'm on the left-hand side.
How would you be on the left-hand side if you're a passenger in the front seat? Am I missing something?
Right-hand side. I'm sorry. I've been.
Look at Brian, bottom right. He's enjoying this as much as me. By the way, I haven't seen it, but it's clear as a bell to me, and I like it. I like it even better the way it sort of slowly dawns on McNally. I mean, he doesn't believe her at all, but he lets it unfold slowly, just on the 1 in a million chance that he doesn't have it right. Which makes it even more painful.
Sitting in a room. I didn't know.
Yeah, the seatbelt's coming off of the driver's side.
It sure is.
Right? You're lying to me, right?
No, I'm not, sir.
Never show me the driver.
Let me see the driver. Let me see the driver.
Hang on 1 second.
Now.
I have to ask their permission.
Now.
No, B.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're not in the you weren't in the driver's side. Do you think I'm that stupid? I'm going to go ahead and enter a default judgment. Our paperwork says that they can't drive. Does it not, Jennifer?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I took a breath in and started choking. Well, I missed what
Does
you
our
said.
paperwork not tell people that they can't be in a car?
I don't know, Your Honor. I'd have to look at it
The
again. I haven't
paperwork
looked
that
at it in a
I'm
while.
looking at, it does not say that I cannot be in a car.
I'm entering a default judgment. You lied to me. Judgment 1921-85. Send me your counsel and put in there defendant was not available at the time and then was driving a car and telling the court she was not. I'm entering a default judgment. Have a great day. Thank
I
you.
love it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, that was beautiful. Now, how do you not stream that? Okay, so I go to court this morning. I come back. I stream Karen in Blue on a whim. It is fantastic. It is salacious. Karen's in a throuple. I mean, it'll make you mad, but it's hilarious to watch. And then I try to follow up because there was a little pause, and I try to follow up an hour later. And she leaves, but a soft sit trial starts. How do I not stream a soft sit trial? I have to. I'm required by law. I believe the authorities would come get me if I didn't do that. And then I get done with that, and Zach's got my inbox loaded up with quality stuff. This is what I'm dealing with, people.
I signed in at 1:30, sir.
Well, you got an attitude with you. I'll tell you that. You got an attitude. I'm not putting up with it. Nonsense. Good luck to you.
Thank you. All right. Good luck. All right. Do we
Soft sit trial was Alyssa's fault, and it was damn good. Thank you, Alyssa.
have Melissa Seeger? Melissa Seeger present? I see Jacob Deaton. Okay. All right. Let's see. Last call for.
I know you're joking, but I do need a vacation. I've been stuck in this town for damn near 90 days now. The worst time of year. I love Chicago, but the time to not be in Chicago is January through March. That's the best time to not be in Chicago. But you know me, Fletcher boy. I could be in freaking Zimbabwe tomorrow. I'll still stream.
Melissa Seeger, I do believe there was a temporary order here. All right, Mr. Deaton, you're on mute, sir. All right, it looks like Ms. Seeger's not present. All right, so with that, I believe a temporary order has been issued in your case, so we'll rescind that temporary, or actually rescind it. And the full hearing, the full protection order will be denied based on her failure to appear. Do you have any questions? You're on mute.
And
Am I unmuted?
Yes, now you're unmuted.
Oh, is the protection gone?
Yes, the protection order will be gone now.
Okay.
And so there was only in effect up until basically between her filing that and getting to this hearing.
Okay.
And then the hearing was to, be whether or not that temporary order was to be modified or extended into an order or denied. And Ms. Seeger not present, it will be denied. So the temporary order and no full order will be issued.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good day.
All right, you too. Thanks.
All right, and then we've got Mr. Weatherhead on Zoom. Okay. All right, I think that's everyone except for Melissa Seeger.
oh yeah, and we streamed that. This isn't that, but we already streamed that clip on Vlog Talk.
I'm here.
All right. You're here. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're just, because that case was dismissed earlier, so we're going to sort of get that back here now.
I'm so sorry. I thought court was at a later date. And then the guy I had the restrainer on started texting me saying, "Ha ha, you missed court." And so I hurried up and got on here.
Okay.
I mean,
The other guy was Nelson Muntz.
He's already bothering me just as soon as the court got over.
Right. Okay. Well, and it was dismissed for failure to appear. And
Yeah.
all right. So
you lost. We're gonna go ahead and keep it that way.
well, at this point, and Mr. Deaton is gone now. So I can't sort of put an order back in place without giving him notice.
Sucks to suck.
So let's see. I issued a temporary order in this case. So you just got the dates wrong, is that right?
Yeah, I thought you said I'll see you in 2 weeks. And it was 1 week. You said 1 week. And
I mean, it's just wrong. But this right here is your basic Shake Shack strawberry shake. It is some kind of good. I'm telling you. They're not paying me. But it's that good.
I didn't call the police on him, but he did contact me 2 times right after he got served, complaining about how I put a restraining order on him. So this is somebody I really need this against.
All right. Understood. Well, what I'll do, ma'am, I understand, and I remember issuing the temporary order as well.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll reissue the. Well, yeah.
He's not going to reinstate
Right.
this, is he?
So what I'll do is I'll issue a temporary order, but it will go into effect.
That is insane. I mean, I really like this judge. He's a nice guy, but that strikes me, and this is a minor issue. It's not a big deal, but that strikes me as blatant a violation of due process as you can come up with. The other guy was there, then he leaves, and then she shows up and he issues an order in her favor. Am I missing something?
Once he's served.
Okay.
Because at this point,
Oh, good Lord.
He thinks that
Mr.
it's not
Deaton
mine.
is reasonably under the impression now that the order is no longer in effect. So
I understand.
be careful here. So what I'll do is I will issue the temporary order because I recall this
Okay.
case and I think that makes sense.
Okay.
And so he will need to get served with that again. The hearing, so that will be in place. The hearing will be in 2 weeks to give you 2 weeks to serve him.
So it's okay.
You
so
were
it
able to
will
serve
be
him.
in 2.
Yes, it will be in 2 weeks because he'll have to be reserved. So that's going to be April 6th.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
All right. So
Wait, I have to serve him?
yeah, he'll have to. Oh no, I'm sorry. We'll do law enforcement because that order just rendered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
So he is going to have to be served. Yeah, he will have to be served, but not by you.
Okay, so April
and,
6th.
Yeah, April 6th. So that's to give law enforcement time to serve him.
Yeah.
And ma'am, in the meantime, again, once he has been served and the order is in effect, that order is in effect, and it's a no contact order. So it's your decision what to do if you feel there's been contact in violation of the order.
I think, I'm just too nice, which is why I probably stayed longer than I should have. But I thought, like, okay, I'm just going to let it, maybe he's just kind of in shock right now. I'll just let it, and then if he messages me again. And then he had messaged me 2 times, but then he hasn't since. And so I thought, okay, everything's fine. But now as soon as he thought, everything got dropped, now he's right back to harassing me immediately as soon as court ended.
All right. Well, I'll reissue that temporary order. Again, it's and if there's contact between the two of you, you got to make sure he's been served before you make any kind of conclusion about if that's against the order or not. But that's the whole point of these orders, is to prevent someone from contacting. So if there's contact,
and I'm not going to do that again. I'm not. It's good. I will I will call the
Okay.
police. I understand. I understand.
All right, ma'am. So I'm going to reissue that order to surrender weapons, the temporary order. Law enforcement will serve him. We'll be back here April 6th.
At what time?
Same time at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Seeger.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Via Zoom,
All right.
and her mother just arrived.
Thank you. I do see Victoria. I see her mother. I do see Juvenile Department is here. Looks like we have everybody. This is set for a review hearing. I have reviewed the report from Ms. DeFighter. Ms. DeFighter, is there anything else that you want to add to that, please?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Delaney, have you received a copy of that report?
I have, yes.
Victoria, have you seen a copy of that report?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Delaney, do you want to have a minute to talk with her about that in a breakout room?
Your Honor, if I could, I went over the report on Thursday with Victoria in person. Oh,
All right. Do you recall that now, Victoria?
yeah. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's all right. That's all right. Do you need any additional time to speak with your attorney about that?
I do not believe so.
All right. Mom, have you seen a copy or had information about the report given to you?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to give each of the parties then an opportunity to address me about that before I decide what to do. So I'm going to start with Ms. DeFighter. Anything else that you want to add, Ms. DeFighter?
Your Honor, just one thing about the placement that I'm looking for Victoria. It's called Oakland County Children's Village. It is a 6 to 8 month residential placement, and they have a multitude of resources they can give Victoria. Some that we haven't seen when she was in the RISE treatment program, and then obviously some that we haven't seen when she's been in detention facilities. They have a pet therapy program connected to Teacher's Pets that pairs troubled youth with dogs to help them become more adaptable. I think that that's something that Victoria might be able to benefit from, to show, the dogs at her worth. She would be able to help them get a forever home, as, sometimes these dogs have problems with that if they are aggressive. The Oakland County Juvenile or the Children's Village has a interactive journal series that Victoria could not work ahead from. I do know when she was in the Ottawa County RISE treatment program, she was working ahead or trying to work ahead. So this would make sure that she goes at the same pace as all the other juveniles. I do think that this program would be extremely beneficial for Victoria, as she does continue to be defiant in the home and manipulative towards those around her, as we've seen at other placements.
All right. Thank you. I understand that you recently had an opportunity to do some screenings as well. Could you update me as to those, please?
Yes, Your Honor. So let me pull up my report here. I was able to perform the dispositional assessment on Victoria, as well as the detention assessment on Victoria on Thursday when I went to the Sioux Tribe, and she scored a 16 on the dispositional assessment, which is a moderate, and she scored a 5 on the detention assessment.
I messed up.
Is that a moderate as well, or is that a high?
That is a high. My apologies.
That was an accident.
No, that's all right. Thank you very much. All right. I appreciate that update. Mr. Delaney, do you have any questions for Ms. DeFighter?
Just to clarify, the recommendation for Oakland is how long?
It's a 6 to 8 month residential treatment program.
And if the court orders that, when would that begin?
I have transporters ready to transport her after court is adjourned.
The 6 to 8 months, is that because Oakland will be giving you updates if she's placed there, and she could be there less than 6, longer than 8, or what do you know about the program?
What I know about the program is it is designed in a, like I was explaining, the interactive journals. You can't work ahead. So it determines if the youth wants to, get better and get out of the program, then they follow those whole journals. If they aren't doing what they need to do, if they're not being interactive in these journals, they're being defiant, they have to keep getting moved to the detention side, then it's going to take longer than 6 months to get the program completed.
If they do well, really well, is it 6 months anyway?
To my knowledge, I believe it's 6 months. I'm not sure. I'm sure that they can give us more of an update once Victoria gets down there of how she does and if she's taking the program seriously or not.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Delaney, do you have any comments that you wish to make?
Candidly, I think that the court has a fair assessment and view of Victoria and her history. Victoria has, on occasions, multiple times been defiant, but also the court's been fair with her. She's had some points where we thought she was going to be doing well, and there was a point in which the court thought he'd be getting off probation. Things were going really well. I think in totality, knowing this court, knowing the history of this case, that the court is going to place her in Oakland County. So irrespective of my level of advocacy, not that the court's mind is made up, it's just that the court knows her history, and the court is going to be, I think, ordering this in her best interest. I do want to indicate that Victoria's family is moving to California. I think mom will tell the court that. I've not encountered that. This is a post-adjudication. And Victoria, that means you've already been found responsible for all these things. And it's a placement issue where I believe it's if the person hasn't been found responsible yet, the court can move the case to the county where the offense allegedly occurred. I think that's the rule. I haven't looked at it. I know we're coming back in a week, Judge. And so if the court wants me to review that, I will. But I believe they're going to California, and mom will tell you that probably in early May. And she's kind of confirming that. But those are two different issues. So I'm just going to focus on Oakland at this point. And I think that the court is going to order that because it believes that's what's in Victoria's best interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Delaney. And I would be happy to receive some research from you on that issue if you'd like to do that. I believe you're correct. That's my understanding as I sit here right now as well. But I'm always open to research and new knowledge. So if you want to, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
All right. Mom, your thoughts?
Did you get a chance to read my letter?
I went through it with my staff. Yes.
Okay. So, again, we're in the process of moving. Victoria, her dad was supposed to be here. I don't know if he's attempting to get on the Zoom as well. Victoria, I've already reached out to her tribe, her tribal office. Victoria comes from a very big tribe in California, which has already reassured me there's lots of resources for her in the tribe to work with her and a lot of programs that her father and I both have are going to get her involved in. They've also, there's just a lot of things like I wanted to bring up. There's hasn't been a lot of communication and corresponding. There was court on the 14th and it was canceled. I wasn't even notified. I took off work. Riley going to visit Victoria. There's not any communication as far as her progress to talk about the good things that Victoria has done. It's always been, none of that has been mentioned.
Why is she so irritating? I really can't put my finger on anything specific, but I just can't deal with it.
There's a lot of things that she needs to get to the doctor's office. She's missed doctor's appointments and I've had to reschedule them about getting her medication evaluated and getting that taken care of because moving to California, it's going to take months to get her seen. I feel that Victoria needs to, if I move to California, she's not going to have any support out here, no one to come and visit her. This is supposed to be something that we're working not to punish her. There was no cop called on any of occasion. She came home to a very bad situation. And all around, I've been doing counseling and already on my 9th week. I mean, let's talk about Victoria's progression, when I call the facility that she's at, how they say that she's a remarkable, outstanding, hasn't given them any problems, any issues, getting straight A's, There's a lot of things that I could elaborate on with her probation officer. I just feel like this is a very personal issue. When I'm in the room to go talk with them both, it's just like very unprofessional. Like them both. And I know Victoria needs to respect her because she's an elder and her title, but it also goes both ways. It's supposed to be from wanting to reach and have compassion for these teenagers that are going through life struggles and are going to have rocky pasts. They're going to have attitudes and have stuff, but we're not supposed to punish them. We're supposed to be there to help them get through it. So I want to make sure that this is the best interest for my child, not because out of anger or because Victoria has said some things about her younger sister and it's personal. Victoria shares a lot to me, and Victoria doesn't feel that that she's trying to help her in her best interest. Now, Riley was very new to our case, a brand new probation officer. So I always hear, I'm not sure, I don't know. This is new to me. I've never had this case before. So
Oh my God. Karen just is not happy with the service at the probation department. Unbelievable.
It's very questionable to me. And, if I have to get a lawyer or have her tribe help out, because they're always willing to help their welfare of their people.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
I see that Ms. Brucker is with us. Ms. Brucker, from the prosecution standpoint, anything that you want to add?
I apologize for being late, Judge. I have reviewed Riley's report. I don't have very much to add to that that's not already in the report. I know we've spent a lot of time at other hearings. We have praised Victoria many times at other hearings. We all know she's very smart. We all know she does very well when she's in placement. But the question has always been what happens when she gets home from placement.
Thank you very much. Victoria, what is it you want to tell me?
Your Honor, to be honest, I don't know what I would do if my mom was across the country and I was left in Michigan. I mean, my mom's right. I mean, I wouldn't have any support. And when I go to California, Your Honor, I'm not just expecting to get off probation. That's not what I expect. I mean, I know I'm going to be on probation when I go out there too. It's just like, I don't think that's going to help me. Like, I'm going to be all alone.
Anything else that you want me to know, Victoria?
No, Your Honor.
How are you doing at the Sioux Tribe right now?
I'm doing good.
What are you working on?
I'm trying to get as much credit for school as I can.
Okay. Other than school, are you working on any of the issues that brought you to where you're at? Any of the defiance, any of the violent behaviors, any of the anger management, any of those kinds of things?
Well, this is a juvie, so we don't really get, like, it's not like a residential, so I don't really like do a lot of talking, or like, I don't really know what you mean by that, to be honest, Your Honor, but I do a lot of thinking, and I definitely want to change my ways when I go home. But I do have therapy with Jeanette, and we talk about, I think it's like once every week, and we've continued with that.
Hey, Judge, what do you think that you need the most to have this never happen again?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
What do you think that you need the most in order for this problem, this being in juvenile detention, to never happen again?
To be honest, Your Honor, when I went home, it was only me going to therapy, and I think me and my mom both need to go to therapy. I think me and my mom just need to work on how we talk to each other, and I definitely need to go to therapy myself for my anger, but I think it would be very beneficial if me and my mom both went to therapy together and tried working on our cons.
What stopped you from doing that here?
Well, I think Jeanette thought it would be more beneficial if just me and her did therapy, because before me and my mom were both doing therapy, and then it just changed to me and Jeanette, and then me and my mom never went back to therapy.
My understanding of that is that you failed about 50% of the time to go to therapy, or when you did, you didn't participate well. And Ms. Sayre did a recent update of your information that you retained. She said, you know the information. You understand the information. You just refuse to use it. So what do I do about that?
I don't know, Your Honor. I know I have things to work on, but I mean, I really, I don't know. I know I have things to work on. I think if me and my mom both went to therapy together, it would benefit us.
When we released you to your mom from juvenile last time,
Right.
you caught another domestic violence charge against her as the victim. And you absolutely terrorized the two young children in your home to the extent that your mother said that she was intimidated and afraid of you, as were the other children. How am I supposed to put you back in that same home when you've already done that?
Your Honor, things were so blown out of proportion. Like, I'm sure my mom could advocate that. Like, things were very blown out of proportion. Like, I mean, that's my family. I'm gonna have to go back to my family.
You're right, you are. But I'm not going to put you back there until you can control your behavior.
And Your Honor, that's why I'm trying to go to therapy with my mom so we could both know how to talk to each other better. I mean,
you had that chance. You had more than enough times to do that. You decided that you weren't going to go. You decided that you were going to do things your own way. You decided that you were going to be physical and intimidating and out of control at home. That was not just one time. That was a pattern of behavior. That's why you are where you are, because you cannot be trusted on your own in public. I hate to say that because I believe that you have a bright future in front of you. I believe that you have the intelligence to do amazing things. But you are a 4-year-old child inside who wants what she wants, when she wants it, and how she wants it, and is not afraid to hurt people around her in order to get it. And I will not have that 4-year-old child ruin your life. You will learn how to grow up before I will send you home. Do you understand me?
yes, Your Honor. I just really don't understand how my mom being across the country with my family and
That's
leaving
her
me
choice. That is
leaving
not my choice. That is her
in
choice.
Michigan by myself, all with nobody here. I have no other family here, mind you. I don't understand how that's going to help me.
Your mother can zoom in and call you and visit you anytime that she wants. Just like she can right now in Michigan. There is no difference. She can come see you anytime she wants.
There's no difference from my mom being across the country.
She can come see you anytime that she wants. She can make an appointment and go see you anytime she wants.
Your Honor, you're not being very open-minded right now, because it's not that easy. My mom has other kids and she has a life and she has a job. She can't just leave that.
Yes, ma'am. Life is hard. And it's time you learned that lesson.
Okay. So.
Judge, you're not being open-minded? Oh my God.
Anything else that you want to tell me, Victoria?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. DeFighter, would you put on the record reasonable efforts and contrary and reasonable standards, please?
Yes, Your Honor. It is contrary to Victoria's welfare to remain in the home as Victoria continues to participate in delinquent behavior, refuses to follow probation rules and rules set forth by her mother, uses vulgar language towards others, uses illegal substances, and leaves her home without permission. These actions leave her in the community unsupervised, at risk of educational failure, physical harm, and more severe future incarcerations. Reasonable efforts were made to prevent the removal of Victoria from the home, and they include intensive probation, community service, counseling referrals, counseling, anger management counseling, EDGE, art therapy, electronic device restrictions, random drug screens, school monitoring, multiple essays, and apology letters, respect and problem-solving packets, police involvement, and tether placement.
Thank you very much. The court adopts those as the findings of itself. I would simply add to the contrary and reasonable that Victoria has been violent and intimidating on a number of occasions, specifically towards her mother and her young siblings. And that is also the reason for the court's actions in this particular case. The court will follow the recommendations, including that all prior orders will remain in full force and effect. Victoria will be released from the Sioux Tribe Youth Facility on today's date to be transported by Ed and Donna Thoma. She will then be placed at the Oakland County Children's Village on today's date, and she will remain there until she successfully completes that program. And that transportation will again be done by Ed and Donna Thoma. The Children's Village staff or any other residential facility staff are given permission to move Victoria to a facility of greater physical restrictive placement, including secure placement for up to 14 days without requesting a review hearing. I look forward to receiving good reports from you, Victoria.
Yeah, I need to have a water with a milkshake. That's seriously what I'm doing. Because milkshake does not quench a thirst.
Of your behavior and your learning at the...
We both know that's not going to happen. You are a very stuck-up man. You are a very stuck-up man.
Victoria, please. Victoria, please.
Victoria, don't say nothing.
It is my sincere belief, Victoria, that the 4-year-old doesn't continue to win. You are remanded to Oakland County. That will conclude today's hearing.
Boom.
Okay. I want to go.
That was a wild one. It got kind of serious or whatever, but I'm really impressed with the judge there. A lot of judges would have been manipulated by that because it's uglier, but she needs that. She needs that stern thing. And the mom struck me as a little out there, but like not overtly super crazy, just irritating. And it looks like dad was there and he was trying. So it's not, I mean, I've seen crazier parents, but she needed some discipline. She needed to know that these are boundaries and you don't cross them, period. And a lot of judges just don't have the stones to do it. He did it. I'm impressed. All right. I'm gonna take one out of turn here. Alyssa's telling me this is good. Let me grab it real quick.
It has to be on a city day. I understand. I would do it like maybe yeah, on a Tuesday. At least just so he gets noticed. But if you have to do like I without or whatever, that's all.
The first one is gonna be the 14th, which is 3. All right.
Yeah, I think that's gracefully. Yeah, I don't know who the other one is. I'll have to go check to see if there's any like video hearing on one of the files.
I feel like I'm hard in jail or some shit. Some motherfucker Charles Manson ass shit. Oh shit. I don't even want to see it. That hurt. Do it. What about a different person? Is this me? Why looking at myself? That's like when I switch souls with me. So you want me? You want my soul? This Lucifer, nigga. You want my soul? Hell no, nigga. Fuck Lucifer, bitch. Shit, man. I'm dreezy, man. Beat your ass, man. What? Is this nigga on crack? Hey, motherfucker, cause y'all think y'all slick, man. I know telepathy. Y'all know I know. I've been a master of the fucking universe. Y'all know that. Keep trying to play with these weak ass cases like I ain't my own fucking lawyer. Nigga, I'm the coldest in the fucking galaxy, nigga. Shit. I'm the master of the masters, nigga. Fuck wrong with me. Shit. Keep on trying to hit me with the same charges and shit. Like y'all ain't seen Calhoun County, motherfucker. Right. Shit. Fuck wrong with me. Fuck. Man, basically see these motherfuckers do lunch at motherfucking 10:30. Damn, man. Then I can't even get the cake from the slow motherfuckers up in there. Damn. Damn. It's okay, the mother niggas doing fed time, nigga. Shit, you about to get out, man. About to get out on 35. They doing fed time. Them niggas ain't never getting out. Ever. Shit. Oh, yeah. Miss Mary, Robert, your OG, resurrected. Man, you heard the reason for goddamn black Jesus. Fuck, man. Fuck, stop this nigga. Ain't no stopping black Jesus. When I say fuck, Lucifer, nigga. Shit, fuck my brother, bitch. First motherfucking word. Word in the Bible was what? Cain and Abel, nigga. I said, what the fuck up, nigga? What the fuck is it? I can't wait to get that face.
This is why I love my chat. No matter how stupid the litigants get, we take it as a personal challenge to say something even more stupid. It's fantastic.
I want to get that fade on that beat. That bitch on the hook over like that. I don't want these crusty ass niggas in motherfucking Battle Creek or some shit. I got no waves on that shit. I don't want no motherfucking waves, nigga. Shit. Hold my shit. I'm gonna table that bitch up. Man, they just want to go and reset. We're gonna be in this bitch for 2 hours, man. Man, that shit's so fucking weak, bro. Come back to the creek. Everybody ain't trying to kill your ass, nigga. You already know what time it is. Let me slide. But you know, I ain't. Fuck these niggas. They hate this thing.
I think the other guy just flagged down some jail staff to narc on him, which is hilarious. Not even a bad way. It's just like, can you tell this brother to shut up? Yes, it's very rational. He wasn't in his feelings about it. He's just like, here's something you might want to know.
Oh, you I'm jumping your shit, man. Shit, bitch ass.
Good evening, Nigel.
Niggas ain't going bad. Start doing it, man. They like it. Y'all talking about everybody together. Reading some pieces. Nah, niggas want to be on some bullshit. What, nigga? Hey, niggas with this ring. Fucking niggas up there. My friend, this bitch. They know yes. Fuck, yes, he. One nigga church. I can't sit down. My back hurt. Shit. You know, what we gotta sit down? Motherfucker gotta sit there for 2 hours. That he says, shit. The fuck? Motherfucker gotta sit here for 2 hours. Shit.
Yeah, just let me see that.
Man, I ain't finna sit around. Shit, I'm standing right here. What you gonna hit me with another charge? I don't give a fuck. Shit. Shit, yeah. You want to arrest and to get my motherfucker toothbrush? Shit. Stupid ass African motherfuckers. I hate y'all with a passion, nigga. Shit. Shit, for real. Shit, nigga, I'll kill y'all motherfuckers. Y'all swear to God, them African nigga. I wish I was kin to the motherfucking goddamn Queen of England or some shit. She was blood killing African. I'd be like, I'll summon her back to life just to get rid of you motherfuckers. Shit, for real. But the other nigga get to leave. His ass at MTU or whatever the fuck. I mean, shit, they gonna leave me in this motherfucker just to sit here and look at nothing. Shit, niggas finna miss motherfucking lunch and all.
He is snitching on him, but I get the sense, and I could be wrong, but I get the sense by his body language, the guy on top, that he's actually trying to protect him. He's like, this guy's just causing trouble for himself for no reason. I really kind of think his heart's in a good place.
I love shit for these stupid ass retarded motherfuckers and cursed ass wins. I'm glad every day y'all get sacrificed. He said, for real. Man, Rio told you not to go to Lance, and that's where all the snitches and crackheads at. Rio, a whole fucking crackhead, man. Fuck Rio, man. Who is it? It's cool in the gang. That's why you keep talking all that shit, nigga. Man, nigga, fuck you, cool. Nigga, we all
cool in the gang
right now. Say, man, I don't do that shit. Nigga, you gonna get so much money. Nigga, you finna get out, nigga. Man, tell that nigga to pay your bond, nigga, why you talking? Bitch ass. Fuck that. You set them niggas up, man. All right, well, you the realest nigga in the game, you gonna set everybody up. Hell yeah. Shit, fuck these niggas. Real hard finna do life. Willie doing triple life. Everybody doing life except for you. Cause bitch, I ain't do shit. Fuck. Shit. Shit, more of the story, nigga. Y'all, don't forget. Nigga, y'all traded everybody's soul to the Illuminati.
Also
nigga.
a good idea.
I'm the only one that ain't sell my soul, you bitch ass niggas. Shit, right. And just like in the occultic motherfucking, yeah, the laws, nigga, what? The motherfucker try to sacrifice you, and nigga, it backfired, nigga. Shit, on them stupid motherfuckers, nigga. You ignore the motherfuckers, right? Shit. Every master know that. Ain't no way around, yeah. Featuring fruit, nigga. A bitch gonna be a bitch, hoe gonna be a hoe. They don't wanna listen to me, motherfucker, right? This shit up.
Shut your retarded ass up.
Ooh. Shit, I ain't heard of no hoe. You know who the fuck is you anyway? Like, shit. Oh, dead ass here, nigga.
That was the most reasonable thing that could possibly have been said in the circumstance. Seriously, that's it. He nailed it.
Shit. This shit so motherfucking stupid, man. Wish I was in the creek, bro. They would never even put a nigga in no shit like this. With a winning got a ring or whatever the fuck. No, this ain't right. With a winning motherfucking I'm supposed to have time served anyway for this dumb ass shit, man. God damn. Keep on hitting nigga with the same motherfucking charge, man. These motherfuckers ain't shit, fool. Man, I'm about to go. I'm going to this, man. Trying to get that motherfucking ticket, bitch. You can add a food stamp card, bitch. I'm going back to Texas. Hold on. Tired of Michigan, bro. Fuck y'all and y'all illegal weed, bitch. Shit. Why got all these crackheads out here, nigga? They don't even want the weed, nigga. There all these ice heads out here and shit. OD in there goddamn day. Shit. Hey, motherfucker, hey, the cream ain't even working for these dope clean motherfuckers. They running and lightning this shit. They all around the world and shit. They gonna control this shit like on Black Magneto around this bitch. Take y'all they said, damn, I'm the only one stuck in this black ass courthouse. They like, man, you been over $75 for 2 years. But everybody in the world keep bouncing this nigga all over the fucking world. It's here for these, with open. Damn, nigga. Shit, can I talk, bitch? Can y'all get the fuck out of my mouth? Shit. I've been wanting $75 a win with two bitch ass motherfuckers keep on fucking with a nigga talking about I'm dead in Illuminati or some shit. Nigga, I can't get no job. Last job was that weak ass MSU. That's why I go back out to MSU, go to Ken and give me about $50 or something every other day. Nigga. But then get locked up every time I'm in this bitch. Nigga be back in Lance for 4 fucking days and get locked up for the same bullshit ass truck. Like, oh, you got the trespass in that spirit. Bitch, I ain't.
Yes, indeed. It appears as though they found the button. All right, Alyssa, is there any more to this? Or is that it? I mean, that was plenty. Apparently, we're going to be robbed of the gripping finale to this speech. All right. All right. Now we will return to our regularly scheduled program.
To this case here, where's the one with butlers? Jennifer, was that? Yeah, Anthony Butler versus Paul Robertson and Shauna Robertson. This is 2600122. Everybody's name.
Anthony Butler.
Skylar Crenshaw.
Shauna Robertson.
Paul Robertson.
Do I have a copy of the judgment in this file, Jennifer?
Judge, I'm not sure if we printed it, but I can get it really quick.
Would you do that for me, please? Now, I know that they probably gave me bad information down in the civil department. I'm sure they did. But I don't want to say anything until I see the judgment. So they're going to bring the judgment to me. And I just know that you guys didn't miss a payment, Mr. and Mrs. Robertson. You wouldn't do that. That would just convince any judge that has the ability to count to 3. They would recognize what kind of game you've been playing this whole time. I just want you to know. So I'm sure they didn't update me. I'm sure you guys paid. I just need to wait for the file to come here, and you ought to be completely ashamed of yourself if you didn't pay on time. And if the civil department didn't update me because the payment was made a day or so later than it was supposed to be. I know you would be ashamed. I would be ashamed. I wouldn't want to walk out of my house, but that's me. So I don't know what's going on over there, but I think you guys just have taken this and prolonged it. But I will reserve judgment until they bring me the files. Meadowlands, stay right there, folks. Meadowlands versus John Bro, 2601075. All right. Anthony Butler versus Paul and Shauna Robertson, 2600122. You can read this. Everybody's name.
Anthony Butler.
Everybody's name, please.
Anthony Butler.
Skylar Crenshaw.
Shauna Robertson.
Paul Robertson.
You guys pay these people or not?
No, we didn't.
Shame on you.
Well, there's more to this situation that's still not being said, but I have had, my husband was hospitalized. He has ongoing health issues right now. He just got out of the hospital and since then lost his job. So this isn't just us not wanting to pay. There's bigger things to this, and we've been saying that all along, but it's not being heard and nothing's being taken care of. In the process of us trying to move out, which that's the process right now.
Slow down.
The basement has flooded once again.
Slow down. Now you're going to get aggressive with me, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm just really upset because I feel unheard.
Stop. Don't tell me this stuff about not being heard. You want to tell some judge that, some court, you tell them that. I'm not going to listen to that. I heard everything that went on. You guys reached this agreement. You were supposed to pay and you didn't pay. And now you want to get aggressive with me? Are you kidding? You think I'm going to listen to this? Stop. Do not interrupt me. Do not interrupt me. I feel like it hasn't been heard. Nonsense. I listen to every word that comes out of every person's mouth and I give them multiple opportunities. And now you want to start to be aggressive the other way because I'm calling you out on going back on your word? Seriously? Don't play that game with me. Do not play that game with me. I can see I've been doing this too long. And I don't mean too long where I can't do it. I mean too long where I can read everybody like a book from cover to cover. And you guys have been playing games with these people. That's what you've done.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
We were prepared for trial. You guys resolved it. When did all this happen? I signed the judgment on February 23rd. When did he lose his job and when did he go in the hospital?
He lost his job 2 weeks after the judgment, and he was in the hospital all last week.
Do you work?
Yeah, I work midnights.
Where do you work?
I work at Henry Ford St. John down in Detroit.
All right, well, here's what I'm going to do, Mr. and Mrs. Butler. I can't really go back on this. You got a money judgment for $9,500. They were supposed to pay you $2,000 by February 27th.
Bye-bye.
Which was after he lost his job, right? Was that after he lost his job?
Yes.
So him losing his job had nothing to do with the fact that you didn't pay the $2,000 as agreed upon, did it?
No, but we have.
Well, then why'd you try to put this off? It's nobody's listening to me. Don't play that game with me. That had nothing to do with anything. I mean, you don't have to be a legal scholar to see what was going on this one.
Your Honor,
folks, here's what I would do. I'm not going to listen to this. You can't, based on the fact that you did this on your own, you can't have a writ issued until they have to move out by March the 31. I'm going to tell you what I would do. I would come in here the morning of April 1 with an application for a writ. Jennifer, you're going to tell me I'm coming down there and signing it, and you're going to have the bailiff ready to go out and execute on that judgment on the 1st. That's number one. Number two, I would subpoena them for a creditor's exam, both of them. And then they're going to have to come in with all their documents and all their wage info and all their bank accounts. And then you can start garnishing her wages. And when he's employed again, his wages. That's it. I wanted to just call this up because I knew you guys called the civil department and asked what I could do. I looked at the judgment. I said, I knew they were being duped. And actually, it was probably my fault for not advising you better. And I don't want to advise either party. I'm not supposed to do that. But I saw this thing coming here. So that's why when I hear somebody get aggressive with me, I'm not going to be quiet about it. Enough said. That's the end of that case. Thank you. People against.
Oh, that was beautiful. That is so therapeutic. So therapeutic. I would like to see Judge Simpson forced to sit down and watch that in its entirety. Like we'll Clockwork Orange him if we have to. Just a couple of times till he absorbs it. Judge Simpson's a smart guy. I think he'll get it the first time.
Tarek Anthony Kuczynski, 22F237131. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sherwood Manchester, Sheriff Simpson, away from the reading stand.
All right. So where's he been?
Judge, he indicated he wasn't aware of this matter of 2022. There's an updated address on the file. He said he was not living at the address that was.
Where was he living? Where do you live?
In Southgate, Your Honor.
What's your address?
16515 Grace Court, Apartment 107.
16515 Grays Court.
Grace Court, yes, sir.
Judge, I've got a sticky note on the file.
Oh, I understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Grace Court. I see. Grace Court. Well, you still haven't changed your address with the Secretary of State to tell him that's where you're living either.
Yeah, he needs to do that. It's the governor, he's right today when it's got an old address on it, so he's going to take.
Is it 48195?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Back at the time, you were living at Telegraph Lot 19. That's where all the notices went in 22.
That was my mother's house. She passed away right around that time.
What do you mean right around that time?
February 2022, right around the time I was leaving there.
Look, I'm going to give you
that could be like
I'm going to give you a personal bond, okay? But don't play with this over here, okay? No contact with the victim, no contact with prosecution witnesses. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. Tariq, where does he work at?
I just do gig work right now, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, gate work?
Yeah, like delivery driving.
Okay. Let me just see something here. 22F237. How much money do you make?
It really depends. Depending on how.
Well, on average, how much do you make?
500 on average after taxes.
All right, you're not to enter the premises or go near the premises at Telegraph. That's where he allegedly. I don't want him to comment about it. So this was his mom's in February. And he was in April. I'm sorry. Yeah, in April of 22. They think he was throwing a brick through the window. Back window of the victim's car. I don't know who that would have been. I don't want to know. Lot 15 in Flat Rock. All right. So also you have to go over to the Flat Rock Police Department to be fingerprinted and photographed today. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to give you an order. It's going to be by 1 p.m. today. All right.
Okay.
And that's it. And we'll give you a court date. And if you want to petition for a court-appointed lawyer, you're going to have to fill one out. Okay.
Okay.
What do you have for me? I think I have it written on here, I think. April the 2nd. April the 2nd will be your pretrial date, and that will be at 9:45. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any questions?
I know I have other outstanding money I'd like to pay today. From previous cases from 2018.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it does.
How much do you owe the court?
I believe around $1,000 total.
So you haven't it's not that you got notice, didn't get notice, you just didn't want to come and see us. That's all I got to say. Go down the hall, take care of, you got other ones here. I'm sorry. Okay, we also got 18F228616A,
Uh-oh.
That number didn't touch.
22,
Nothing.
I'm sorry, 18F228616A. And then he was in front of me in October of 21, and I ordered him to pay. I extended his probation till March the 16th of 22. Oh boy, he's got some problems here. So all I've got here is fair to pay fines and costs balance owing $690 right now on that one. Yeah, you've been really fooling around with us, haven't you? I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I've also got 18F228616B. Wow, pled guilty to this is what he did, Mr. I don't know if I'm going to give him a personal bond on the other case. Pled guilty to failure to pay $257. Defendant pay $257 by 4 p.m. or appear tomorrow, October 26, 21 to serve jail term. Never appeared. Ooh.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's in a mood.
We're looking for a balance. He did come in today and he's prepared to pay the whole thing.
Yeah, he's still going to have to pay a bond. So he's going to pay $261 on that case. Is that what he owes on that one now?
Judge, is that on the B case?
Yes.
He has a balance of 302.
He's going to pay $302 now or serve 31 days. And on the other case, I assume he's going to admit that he didn't pay the $690.
Yes.
If you plead guilty to that charge, I want you to understand your probation on that could be revoked. You could get 93 days. Actually, I think I extended his probation. You understand that?
I'm sorry.
You understand if I find you guilty of failing to pay $690, you could get 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're entitled to a hearing. At that hearing, you have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge you failed to pay $690, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to pay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, no.
Boy, you got a lot of gumption. Then you come in here and you tell me that you didn't know because you moved. You were in front of me in 21 and you had the audacity to come in here and tell me that you're just here to pay when I told you to come back and pay that day or serve bail and you didn't pay. That wasn't a good decision.
Yeah, I know.
Going back on my bond on the destruction of property. So you're going to pay the $690 or serve 93 days. You're going to pay $302 or serve 31 days. So right there is $992. And then I'm not giving you a personal bond now that I discovered this, $5,000, 10% on that one. So I hope you got somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,500. If you don't, you're in custody. I'll give you an earlier court date if we need to. Is there an earlier court date for him, Heather?
If he could not post, Judge Hessen has Flat Rock on the 26th.
Can you post? Judges don't forget. I'll treat you fairly. But judges don't forget when they go out of their way to try to help somebody and then they don't show up. You got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Apologize. All right.
In the court's time.
Good luck. Thank you.
Judge-
Hamptons versus Johnstown Knight.
All right. Mr. Daniels, where'd you go? Can you turn
that
on
was
your
just
video
fun.
and audio for me, please? Thank you.
There, can you hear me?
Yes.
I mean, look at all these. They're fantastic. I don't care if it's my 17th stream of the day. I'm doing it. It's that good.
Are you Seth Michael Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you've been charged in Butler County District Court case number 2026 CR 73 with burglary of a dwelling in count 1 and in count 2, theft. It's alleged that on or about the 2nd day of August 2025 through the 16th day of August 2025 in Butler County, Kansas, you did then and there unlawfully and without authority enter into Southwest Fulton Road in Augusta, Kansas, with the intent to commit a felony or theft. That's what's known as a residential burglary or burglary of a dwelling. It's a level 7 person felony. If convicted, the sentencing range is 11 months up to 34 months with the Department of Corrections and up to a $200,000 fine and restitution. Count 2, you're charged with felony theft. It's alleged that somewhere between that time range in Butler County, the 2nd day of August to the 16th day of August, 2025, that you did exercise authority or control over the following property without the permission or consent of the owner, Scott Perry: a Remington 12-gauge shotgun, a Charles 12-gauge camouflage shotgun, side-by-side double barrel, a long rifle, Winchester knife set, metal gun cabinet, a bow, compound bow, jury box, coins, a reloading press, a cell phone, ammunition, tools, wrenches, a clay pigeon thrower, a tree sling shot, and snap-on creeper, rolling stool, and icon creeper. So a bunch of property valued over I don't know, it's not listed here, but I think it's 1,500, but clearly this is valued at over the misdemeanor amount. And if convicted, it's a level 9 non-person crime. The sentencing range is 5 months up to 17 months with the Department of Corrections and a $100,000 fine. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas for you. Your assigned judge is Judge Hart. Your court date with him will be April the 27th at 2:30. That will be
as far
by
as the
Zoom. What?
as far as the attorney goes, I've been working closely with George De Hoyos,
Okay.
and he asked me to see if he would appoint him as my court-appointed attorney.
And Judge, this is a case that we received communications from Mr. Watts's office. He and Joe both have a conflict with this case.
All right. So, why am I appointing counsel for you? Are you not working?
I am working, but I've run into some ruts. I haven't had a whole lot of business. I work for myself doing home repair, and it is just now starting to pick back up. I'm behind a little bit on my bills.
How was he? I don't have any information in the file to show me if this was a summons that he was served and he appeared, or if he was arrested and there's a bond. I don't have anything in the file to tell me.
I was arrested, and the charges were, I guess, what they call whopped. I was dismissed because I was hired to do a job, and the woman that hired me, I mean, I went through and I picked up a bunch of stuff for her and helped her load a bunch of stuff up, and then I got arrested.
All right. So, Mr. Baca, what is your recommendation on bond?
Yes, Your Honor, just to answer the court as well, back in September, this came up and charges weren't filed at that time. So he is here today on a summons. And since he has appeared on that summons today, state is fine with the recommendation based on the charges of a $2,500 OR bond at this time, since he did appear on the summons.
Okay, well, I'm going to make you sign a $10,000 OR bond. But I am going to let you sign your own bond as long as you reappear for each and every court hearing. You've been assigned attorney, you've been given a court date. I would strongly suggest that you keep your nose clean, no drugs, no alcohol, and do not violate the law.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the deputy will set up an appointment with you to get you in to sign the bond. And what happens is if you fail to appear, we take a $5,000 judgment against you. It's attached to your case, so you have to pay it as part of your cost in your case if you're convicted. Then the court sets a bond. The minimum you get is 5,000 surety, all the way up to a no bond hold. So it gets much worse for you if you fail to appear. So make sure that you get in contact with your attorney, you give him the court date, and you make sure you appear. All right?
Okay. Well, are we going with George DeHoyos as my attorney?
Yes.
Okay. And then how do I get in contact with the deputy to set up the,
He's on here. He's going to talk to you just as soon as I adjourn. We are adjourned.
Third step right up. Okay. Yeah. Your Honor, good afternoon. Richard T. Ronald P. 3382, appearing on behalf of my client who appears to my right. This is the date time set for his arraignment fee trial. So please state your name clearly for the record.
Nathan Robert Curry.
All right, thank you. Today is the date scheduled for the arraignment and pretrial on this matter, and ask the arraignment.
As to arraignment, explain to the client the nature of the charges. He understands them. He's been advised of the advice of rights. He's signed it reporting that he understands those as well. So today we wait for him reading, stand here, ask for a plea of not guilty or arraignment purposes to be entered on his behalf.
The court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, and counsel asks the pretrial.
As pretrial, Your Honor, after discussing this matter at length with my client, and we've been in communication throughout the pendency prior to this pretrial today, and he understands everything that we talked about. We've talked about his conduct, and he's going to plead guilty as charged. And then we're going to ask the court to take this pursuant to 771.1 as recommended by the prosecutor. And I explained to my client what that means. I believe he understands it. And we're ready for the court's examination.
Please raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. Have you been here before, sir?
Yes, I have.
I thought so. But looks as though it's been a bit. And so, sir, you heard the plea that was placed on the record, correct?
Yes, I did.
As to the plea, improper use of the telephone device, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You've gone over your advice and rights with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
And you understand those rights.
Yes, I do.
You also understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights.
Yes, I do.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency.
Yes, I do.
You understand what the 771.1 status is.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes.
Although something about this police report seems very familiar. Have you been in trouble for this allegation before?
Yes, I was. I pled down to a lawyering charge for civil court.
Oh, it was amended to a civil infraction.
Right.
Yes. And then here we are, right again with the exact same offense.
How long ago was that, Your Honor?
I did it
Not very
again.
long ago. Ellie, can you pull that up, please?
Yes. The defense date was August 27th, 24.
Yeah, not very long ago, a year and a half ago. And then here he is with the exact same charges. All right. And so has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, they have not.
Any immigration issues?
No.
All right, counsel, if you can please pardon your client.
Mr. Curry, on or about February 9, 2026, in those days, that around that time, did you have occasion to make some phone calls to the Riverview Community High School and leave messages?
Yes, I did.
You made a couple, though, didn't you? Calls?
Yes, I did.
Would you say more than one?
Yes,
Would you say more than two?
yes,
Okay, no, there were quite a few all in all, is that correct?
yeah, several.
All right. And some of those pertain to what you told me you wanted to make some suggestions regarding perhaps procedures that the school should follow that you did not think were appropriate. Is that correct?
Correct.
But during the pendency of that, you reflected back on when you were a student there some 33 years ago, and you were bringing up things really that did not apply to current conditions there. Is that a fair statement?
That's correct.
Also, you made some, lack of better terms, some derogatory or obscene words that you said over the phone while you were in your excited state. Is that correct?
Yes, I did. That's correct.
And that's not appropriate language for a phone conversation or any conversation, is it?
No, it's not.
Especially when the person cannot respond, you're leaving a message and they're forced to hear that. Is that correct?
Correct.
No one asked you to leave that message, right, on behalf of the school?
No.
Right. You think it was wrong to do that?
Yes, I do.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
So the court is satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court.
This stuff is always so hard because this guy is creepy as hell. The charge isn't that big. But you just want to find a way to separate him from the general public. But you really don't legally have the justification at this moment. And you don't really feel like waiting around to have the legal justification because then you got a victim.
Will accept your plea as charged and determine your eligibility under 771.1 status at sentencing. Counsel as to bond.
As to bond, Your Honor, my client, and I've had several conversations with him over the pendency of preparing for this case. He's not on probation or parole, nothing pending. The court has stated that he has been here in the past. He presently, Your Honor, he brought a caregiver with him, who is the president of the court. Could you raise your hand, sir? This gentleman here helps him at Karen's Helping Hands, where he resides. He's more or less in the independent living of that aspect. He cooks his own meals. He lives alone. Your Honor, and he does receive Social Security disability. And Your Honor, we asked the court to continue his bond. He's been in constant touch with me. As I stated, he came early today. I don't think you're going to have a problem with him failing to appear. And I told him that there will be conditions that he has to abide by, and he's ready for the court's conditions. With that, we asked the court to be liberal on the bond, Your Honor. Thank you. You've not a personal bond.
Well, I may not have a problem with your client failing to appear, but I may have a problem with him failing to comply with this court's orders because Mr. Curry was given an opportunity once before. And now, because with the prior prosecutor who gave him, allowed it to be reduced to a civil infraction, and here we are with the exact same scenario. Exact same scenario.
Well, Your Honor, I wouldn't attribute by virtue of him having a civil infraction that he decided to take offense, because that would be like saying, well, you had a drunk driving before and now it's drunk driving again. When in fact, that'd be two totally different fact situations.
Well, but it wasn't a different fact situation. The charges in the original charge were the same as they are now. Just Riverview Public Schools, sure was. So my point is that he clearly didn't learn from the opportunity he was provided, and he resumed the same behavior. So I have some concerns for the safety and the security of the Riverview Public Schools employees.
That's, if I may, Your Honor, I wanted to also add that he's been diagnosed as manic depressive. He is treating at Team Wellness. He has regular appointments there. He's on all his medications. So, Your Honor, I think that he has learned. It's just that at times he feels the need to express himself, and this was not the proper way to do it. Let's put it that way. But, Your Honor, I don't believe that the court should consider holding him until his.
I too have the need to express myself. However, I have a little bit of ability to suppress it when I know it's not appropriate. Doesn't always work, but that's kind of what you do.
It's sentencing, but we leave it in the court's
Do
discretion.
you have any children that attend the schools there, sir?
No, I do not.
So do you have any relatives on the basketball team?
No, I do not.
Okay, so why do you find it necessary to contact the Riverview schools to let them know your opinions?
Finish. Go ahead.
All I was trying to do was trying to improve the curriculum in government class. I have been to Philadelphia and I have studied the Bill of Rights.
Oh, come on. I honestly don't understand what it is, but you know, there's no good reason for it. He just wants to improve the curriculum, really.
As well as the importance of using the first person pronoun I in relation to the first letter in the word independence, the Declaration of Independence. I was just simply trying to improve the curriculum.
Okay, so if that's your intention, sir, right, then there's a certain way to go about it. And your method is not the way to go about it.
I know, Your Honor. When I did contact the school through their absence hotline, I did tell them that I did not have an extension number or didn't have a number to contact someone properly.
Okay, so sir, you're aware that the state of Michigan sets the guidelines for classes in schools in the curriculum, correct?
Yes.
Right.
I'm not kidding. There are people who are just, you can't fix them. This guy hasn't at least been caught doing anything too horrible, but that's where he's headed. I don't know what he's done. God knows. Only he knows that. But you really wish you could just say, look, it's clear at this age, you're not turning it around. I'm not even I'm not even being facetious. I wish we just had like an island. You could just say, you can just go out here. You just can't be around normal people. You can just go on this island with other people like that, and you guys just do whatever you do. But the rest of the world cannot deal with it. I shouldn't say that. The rest of the world should not be made to deal with it.
So perhaps you want to contact your local legislator, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps. I'm not suggesting that you now take what you've done with the Riverview Public Schools and now do that with the legislator. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just letting you know that your method of
I'll take that punishment. Seriously, send me to Australia. That's fine. I'll go to Australia again. I rather enjoyed it, and I'll hang out with wallabies. And then the rest of the world doesn't have to deal with me. I'm good with that.
intention was wholly improper, especially with the language that you put in there. That wouldn't be language that you want to include in the Bill of Rights or anything else, right?
Thank you.
Correct.
We don't want to amend the Bill of Rights and include that language. Don't say it to anybody else then. The court's going to order a $10,000 personal bond. You're not to have any contact with Riverview Public Schools staff members. Zero. There's zero reason to call. Nothing. Don't call. Nothing. Okay? Got it?
I understand.
No personal appearances, right?
That was next. So that's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party.
Have you ever seen a wombat? I mean, you know, I know I'm off the path here, but wombats are cute. I'm just saying. I was not aware of this, but they are.
Anything of the like. You're not to enter the premises at any Riverview Public Schools properties. Are you clear on that, sir?
I am clear.
Whether it's a Riverview Public Schools park, a field, a ball, diamond, anything, you don't go there.
I agree.
You're not to possess or have access to firearms or weapons. Do you have any of those, sir?
No, I do not.
All right. Just have a seat over in probation. Somebody will be with you shortly, sir, and you'll also get a copy of your bond conditions over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. The city of Wine River. City of Riverview
Now that
Elijah
would
Campbell,
be fun.
26202.
Right here. Baron Hill, Blake here on behalf of Elijah Campbell. Campbell, please step up, stationary. Elijah Campbell, thank you.
Have you been here before?
I have,
Recently? Wasn't it? Wasn't it for something similar?
I know, different charge, last year, but end of the year, I was invested, with Oakland County, last time I was here.
Oh, that's right. I thought so. Okay. Your attorney's
I mean, koalas too, but that's just too obvious to mention.
cringing, just so you know. All right. Well. Okay, pass to the arraignment counsel.
Yeah, that way formal reading is going to be the charge.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
We'll waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, and then as to the pretrial counsel.
Yes, sure. I would like to set this out 30 days. We're asking for discovery order, and I've had discussion with the city attorney on this matter. He intends to reach out to the playing parties here, find out where this case stands, and hopefully we'll have some kind of a resolution when we come back.
All right, the court has signed the discovery order. So that I don't have to go back and look through the paperwork. So what were you charged with previously that you were here for?
DV.
Okay, and would it be was Miss Washington the victim in that matter?
Yes.
And she's the victim in this matter.
I'm not sure. I don't.
Well, I'm telling you, she's listed as the name.
I'm not sure is that helping your cause. That's just saying I go out and victimize so many people. It's hard for me to keep it straight.
Well, let me confirm something here.
As far as I understand it, the domestic violence case was dismissed, was it not? Huh?
Oh. Sounds like oh, Miss Washington is the victim on this one as well. It's alleged you carved a word into her door.
Your Honor, the people be heard as the court is.
Yes, if you'd like to place your appearance on the
Does it rhyme with blunt?
record.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, Kerry Johnson, 70773 on behalf of the City of Riverview. Your Honor, yes, Miss Washington is a complainant in this matter. I believe there was another complainant of Miss Beavers as well that I noted in the record. If the court, or as the court says, bond, I will be asking for a no contact in this matter, just based upon what I've seen before, and certain patterns. I would just ask that Mr. Campbell not be allowed to contact, intimidate, or persuade any potential witnesses from coming forth.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, yes, there are two named victims in this matter because there's an allegation that Miss Beavers had a deflated tire.
Oh my God, Miss Beavers. Yeah, I can't. I'm going to go have a claw. I wasn't going to do it, but I've got even more Judge Dad material from Zach. I'm going to hunt it down and I'm going to have this damn claw. Today we had a substitute trial. A throuple from some chick with blue hair. And now Miss Beavers comes rolling into court. It's a conspiracy against my sobriety.
Ellie, can you please pull up what Mr.
And for the record, I've not had one yet. I'm just slap happy from streaming all freaking day.
Campbell's case was in this matter in our court last, please?
Do you want to know the offense date?
Well, this is the one from May 14th of 25, I believe.
Right.
And then it finally was resolved, I believe, October 16th of 25, right?
Yes, it looks like it was dismissed as the complaining witness did not want to pursue.
Okay. So that was both domestic violence and cruelty to animals, correct? Or what happened with the cruelty to animals? That was also dismissed? Okay. So let me just go through this little exercise here, sir. The Macomb County domestic violence from 2020, and then it was dismissed in June of 21. Did that involve Miss Washington also?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, 2023 in Roseville, did that also involve Miss Washington?
All my DV cases that have been against Miss Washington have never been fit to domestic violence in general, but all the cases that I have that you'll see is her.
So it's not been against Miss Washington. She's been the named victim in these matters, correct?
Yeah, that's
Yes?
yes.
And the damage to property in May of 24 out of Oakland County, was that also Miss Washington's property?
No.
No. Where are you working, sir?
I work at a White Castle now full time. I've been working there since I was released from Oakland County, so about 5 months now.
Okay, and where is that?
That's in Southgate.
Where do you reside?
At the first address.
What's that?
Freeze address.
Sir, listen, I may look young, but I'm not an idiot. You want me to believe that you live in Roseville and you work in Southgate.
I have 2 children with her, Your Honor.
That wasn't my question. You're telling this court that you do not reside in Riverview with Miss Washington.
I'm not there all the time, no.
That's not my question. I didn't ask what's the address on your identification. Where do you live? It's not a trick question, sir.
I live at my address in Roseville. I get everything. No, that's where I live. I'm not there every night. No, but that.
Right. How often? Out of a night of 7 nights, how many nights are you in Riverview?
Probably 5. I work full time.
Okay. So you're residing in Riverview, even though your mail and everything else and all your legal address goes to Roseville. Well, sir, you're not going back to Riverview address. I can tell you that. And you may have children with Miss Washington, but as of this point, sir, you're going to have to figure out some other way if there's any parenting time, because you're not having any contact with her at all. None. Zero.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Miss Washington has a significant fear or what the deal is, but the number of times that there have been cases involving the two of you and the number of times the matter has been dismissed because Miss Washington doesn't move forward, I have some significant concerns for her safety and the safety of the community in general. And it appears as though you've already packed your bag based upon the night of that offense, right? You have a lot of your personal items in a black trash bag that you like took with you.
He just puts me out every time. They don't arrest me, just put me out. So yeah.
How many times have you been put out recently?
2, 3, she's called the police probably at least 3 times. This is the first. They said this was an arrest, even though like they fingerprint me, let me know. But the other 2 times they just patch me up, let me in my stuff.
And yet you remain with her.
I mean, I have children with that. That's the main reason that
Well, sir, listen, sometimes people might only like each other a couple times just to have kids, and then they don't mesh well, right? It doesn't mean you stay together just for the kids, because clearly there's a disconnect with appropriate behavior between the 2 of you. So what this court's going to do is this court's going to order a $10,000 personal bond.
Yeah, it's called a marriage.
Are you currently on parole, sir?
not on probation or parole, Your Honor.
You served your time in Oakland County Jail, correct?
Correct.
Was it Oakland County or Macomb County?
Oakland.
Oakland County.
Just a regular.
And
Great
who's
fruit,
with
good
Beavers?
stuff.
Her friend, I mean, I don't know her.
Okay. And so, sir, you're not to have any contact with Miss Washington nor Miss Beavers. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. Okay. How old are your children?
One will be 2 on April 4th, and then the other one is be 8 months when I come back.
It sucks to get cut off from the Beaver.
Okay. Well, sir, at this point, as hard as it is, you're not to have any contact with her, even for parenting time. If you want to have some time with your children or anything of that nature, you can speak to Mr. LeBoy what your next steps are. But the behavior between the two of you is so volatile and toxic that this court's not going to continue to subject the children to that.
Yeah, I plan to go back to Roseville.
Well, that's good because you're not going back to the property in Riverview. You're not to possess or have access to any firearms or any weapons. Do you have any of those, sir?
No.
Not even any knives. Do you have any of those?
No.
And then you are to obtain a GPS tether through the Wayne County Jail. You're to have that by tomorrow. So you're going to go over to probation. You're going to get a copy of your bond conditions. You're also going to get information about obtaining your GPS tether, sir.
Okay.
So,
Your Honor,
yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. With that GPS tether, can we specify that he's not to go back to the location of the Riverview address where Miss Washington is residing?
I did. Isn't that 14415 Pennsylvania Road?
Is that the correct one?
No, 14419.
19.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I just have a question about my job is really close. I know how tethers work. My job's really close, like so probably a 10. So I just don't want to interfere. Like,
Well, sir, I'm very familiar with where the White Castle is in relation to the apartment. You have zero reason to go that way.
so the radius will be like it'll be good enough for me to go to work like they wanted.
I don't know. You have to talk with the Wayne County Jail Tether Unit, and perhaps you want to ask for a transfer out to Roseville, somewhere where it's much closer than you, sir. And there's zero chance you're going to run into Miss Washington or be pulled in that direction of her location.
She just came over there before, but I understand what you're saying.
That's exactly why you are going to have to transfer to another location, get a job out by you.
To the address in Roseville, and it was on police report, and they arrested her, so that's not gonna really stop her. But I understand what you're saying. She can easily come up there. She's done it. It's on record.
If she shows up at your location, sir, you are to not answer the door, not do anything, because you cannot have contact with her.
Okay.
All right, have a
But Judge, what if the Beaver's chasing me? What am I supposed to do?
seat over in probation. Somebody will be moving shortly. Oops, here's your discovery order as well, counsel.
Thank you.
Oh, good Lord. I've got another clip, but I have to do a quick preview. I don't know what's going on here.
Or don't. You're on Zoom anyway, defendants in custody. Please unmute when spoken to. Yo, I'm locked in this box, but I run the whole game. Fuck the guards, fuck the walls, fuck this whole damn frame. I'm the master of the universe, bitch. Bow down quick. Galaxies spin when I spin, planets get sick. Cops tried to cuff me, but I'm already God. I shit thunderbolts, piss lightning rods. Zoom camera on me, watch me flex on the cord. I own the judge, own the jury, own the whole fucking report. Master. Universe on my wrist, I'll supernova this jail if they don't grant my wish.
Echoes bouncing off concrete, other inmates groaning. He's still yapping, volume at 10.
Mic wide open, here we go again. Zoom court, everybody muted but this fool. One man's written like a goddamn lunatic in the ball. Master of the universe, screaming at the screen while the whole pod's like, bro, shut the fuck up, please. Zoom court, everybody muted but this fool. Alright, that's it. I've been sitting here quiet, chains on my feet, judge looking bored, clerk half asleep. This retard next to me spitting cosmic heat, talking to the wall like it's his Twitter feed. I hit on mute so fast the Keo almost had a stroke. Leaned into the camera, voice full of smoke. Shut your retarded ass up! Mic feedback's praise. One, you master of nothing but noise. We trying to get by.
That's just wrong. I love it. Oh my God. What is going on here? All right. Let's go see what Judge Stead's up to.
So I have two cases I want to call here. Deerfield Estates versus Emilio Castillo, 2505285. And then I have another one with your office, Mr. Capitan, that is Deerfield versus Castillo. Come on up here. That was just handed to me. Deerfield versus Castillo, 2600528 for non-payment of rent. Did you know that was pending?
Right to the podium, sir. Right next to me.
Did you know that was pending?
I don't think that there's a pending case on the non-payment.
Yes, there is. And
there was a judgment going on, wasn't there?
well, that's still pending. I mean,
Okay.
there was a judgment entered on March 5. Why are you guys filing two separate actions?
You have one, he hasn't paid rent. And the other one is he's not following community rules. They're separate and distinct.
Did you know about this other case?
I didn't.
Why didn't you? Well, let's take care of the one I was out on, first of all. What do you want to say, Mr. Captain?
I mean, I was out there this morning. I mean, there's dog excrement that's sold, but there's actually blue brought in it. All right. I have photos. If Your Honor would like to see it.
I was out there.
Yeah.
I stood right next to you. I didn't see enough. I'm not throwing him out based on what I've seen. He's cleaned the property up immensely. So
this is the one where he's going to go out himself. He actually did it.
So let me ask Your Honor this.
You don't have to ask me anything. You can make an argument to me. You're not going to ask me anything. Go ahead.
So every single time that Mr. Castillo, he doesn't follow community rules, procedures. The only way to get him to do this is to get the court and have a judge go over there and look at his property twice. That's not right. Okay?
Okay.
No, that's not. So this is the promise keeping business. And Mr. Castillo has not kept his promises. We have. He hasn't. I believe that we've proven enough just through the course of this individual case.
What was wrong with the property today?
What was wrong with it? Well, from the short time that I was there, the first thing that I looked at was dog food right on the overgrown lawn. I mean, you can
overgrown lawn.
You want to see that? Come on, you're moving.
Mr. Captain, tone it down. I'm sorry. You're not going to argue with me.
I'm not arguing.
You're not going to yell at me. And I was there. I saw it.
Okay.
Let me see your photograph that you're going to tell me makes the lawn overgrown in the middle of March or the latter part of March.
Yeah, please.
I don't know that's possible for a lawn to be overgrown in the latter part of March. What was that? What is this?
There's your dog excrement. It's been sitting there forever. And the reason why it's long is because he had to cut it. So it's been like that through the whole winter.
You got here, failed to maintain the exterior of your home and home site in accordance with the community rules and regulations by failing to paint or stain the steps, failure to power wash the home shed and awnings, failure to maintain landscaping, failure to remove improperly stored outdoor items. I think those are pretty well done. Failure to remove debris and bulk items from the yard. Other than on the porch, where he had some things that I'm not excited about that aren't going to rise to the level of violation of community rules and regulations, I didn't see anything that was that bad. Failure to replace damaged window treatments. Failure to maintain the general clean appearance of the home sites. You're asking me for a just cause termination, and I'm not going to blame. There's not even a triable issue here at this point. I'm dismissing this case. Case dismissed. And Mr. Castillo, listen to me. He does raise a valid point. You can't live in a community. Now, if you lived out in Monroe County on your own property where there's nobody else, you do what you want. I mean, as long as you're complying with city or township ordinances. You can't do this in a community. And I've gone on my way here. He's correct to go see the property twice because I hate to see you lose the home. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to remember this case, and it's going to come in front of me if it comes back here. And if I have to go out there and look at that property, I mean, this is twice, right? I went last Monday and this Monday. I'm going to remember it, and I'm not going to be forgiving about it. Do we understand? Fully and complete. Now, do you have the money to pay on this other judge?
I absolutely have all the money.
For the lot rent?
Yes, absolutely.
How much you have? This judgment, and they brought it to my, honestly, I don't remember every case I call here, okay? I mean, there's a lot of people with a lot of familiar names and sounding names, and I did not remember this was you, or I probably wouldn't have granted this, but I got this back in February. They never filed an application for a writ. This is for $1,766.73. Do you have that to pay?
I haven't looked at that. We have people, right?
Judge, just to clarify, Judge, they did file a writ. It just has not been signed yet because we had court today.
I see. I see. You have that to pay today? Pardon?
I do right now.
Get the money. How do you have the money? Are you prepared to accept the cash?
No, because if it's past the 10 days, he should have paid it, Your Honor, and we demand a writ. I mean, that's what the law requires.
Why didn't you pay this?
I didn't pay due to everything, to keep all contact with because they had held my rent when I sent it in December. After judgment to put it in for the 26th, I put it in. It was held until after the 2nd. It wasn't cashed due to this circumstance right here, usually filing for this.
Okay, so you filed on the other one. They weren't accepting the rent.
They didn't accept my rent. I put the money orders in and they weren't cashed until after the new year. I had put them in on the 26th when I ordered, and they weren't cash when they charged the office. So I was advised on.
Are you on this, or do you want me to get the lawyer that was on this? I don't know who was on this.
Yeah, I wasn't, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. It doesn't even make sense.
Well, I'm not signing the writ without a hearing. So, Jennifer, I told you what I'm doing. I announced what I'm doing on the termination case. And on this one, I want you to set that. We don't know who was on this case.
Your Honor, if you're up, would like to just maybe hold off, maybe a half hour. I can get prepared for whatever questions you have.
Well, you can get Mr. Levine. Mr. Levine's on the case, it looks like. It looks like. I could be wrong. I don't know who was on this. Who's got, it looks like a 3P number.
Oh, 3?
It looks like. It could be 6-3. I don't know. It looks like a parentheses and then 31797. I'm going to show you this signature. Maybe you can tell who from your office there is that signature.
No, that's it.
What was the P number?
Looks like David with me. He's 31797.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and he's in Florida, so.
John Arkin,
Oh,
John Artoon?
1797.
Is he with your firm?
no, that looks like David.
If they want to send you, they can send you. When did their office refuse to accept rent?
They took my money order. I turned it in on the 22nd.
Of what month?
26th of December. They wouldn't cash till after January 2nd. I called on January 2nd, had to cash. I know I called, probably, I believe it was 2 days later, it didn't apply.
Well, why didn't you pay the February and March one?
I was told to just leave everything in.
By who?
I called them. They told me.
Okay, I don't want you to know. I don't want to know what your lawyer told you. You're going to have to file a motion to set aside the default. That's what's going to happen. And I'm going to set the date for motion for entry or for entry of a writ. I'll set that for hearing your application for a writ. So we'll set the hearing on application for writ, motion to set aside default judgment. Jennifer, I want to put this in next week sometime if I can.
The 30th at 9:30 next Monday.
Which one?
March 30th at 9:30.
Technically, he's required to e-file it that day. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do it on the 1st of April? Can I fit one in there?
On Wednesday.
Yes.
Let me just pull that up.
So you file your motion to set aside default judgment today. You understand?
No, I don't.
You're going to file a motion to set aside default judgment on this second case, the one I just called, 2600528. Hearing on application for writ and motion to set aside default to be set for what date? April
You want April
1st?
1st, 10:30.
At 10:30. What do I have that morning?
You have Brownstown. There's an arraignment at 10:30, so
That'll be fine. That's what I'll do. So you guys can, I don't know who's going to appear on this.
By Zoom, Judge.
Pardon me?
By Zoom.
Yeah, you can appear by Zoom.
Okay.
But I think I'd like you bring your money. You understand?
Yeah.
I know. Well, don't forget it. You come in person. Although they won't have anybody here in person. I'll figure it out. You bring your money.
I haven't paid today.
Not really, because you have a judgment. You didn't pay within 10 days. Okay? I've never seen firms, though, Mr. Capitan, file two separate actions, a just cause termination or non-payment of rent. They're ongoing at the same time. And if they're going to do that, there should be an indication to the judge, and the second filing should have to say there is another action pending. So I was just told you got another one there. One's in front of me and one's in front of Judge Hess. I'm not saying you, but your office. I've never seen them do this before. I've never seen any office do this before. So I don't know if there's just a some kind of misunderstanding or what have you, but I've never seen that happen. That's all I'll say about it.
I'm sorry, this is the first firm that's landlord-tenant that I've been with.
I've never seen them do that before. But anyway, we'll work it out next week.
You have to take that phone out of here.
The phone has to leave, sir. Got to take the phone out. Phone's got to leave the building now, please. Guys, please. Sir, phone out of building.
Yep.
We got signs all over. They have to be muted. All right, that's what I'm doing. Thank you both. Have a good day. Thank you. Come on up to the podium. I'm not sure I'm understanding this one. What time? This was scheduled for 8:30. I don't have the defendants here. What's your name, ma'am? Sir, what's your name? Robert.
The
So,
defendants are on Zoom, Your Honor, and I think this was heard last week, and then the plaintiff did not appear, so they filed a motion to set aside the dismissal.
your names, please, people, Mr. Audie and Ms. Gorman.
Samantha Gorman.
Ian Audie.
Is this your son?
Yes, it is.
And the relationship between, and that's his girlfriend, is it?
Well,
Okay, now I am so sorry about your son passing away in March 2 of 25.
I did.
Well, why didn't you guys call and tell us, hey, listen, that's a bad day. Can we move to it?
think about it. I was not in the right frame of mind, and I apologize to you. Your Honor?
No, not yet.
Okay.
What portion of the house do you rent to them?
So they were going to get evicted out of an apartment. So my husband and I wanted to help to get them to try and get back on their feet once again. This has been continuously. They moved in and it turned toxic quickly. I have been called a C word, a B word. She has yelled at me that I'm F and B. My son has told me he's going to have the grandkids leave marks on each other and call the police and tell them that I did it. It's just a toxic living situation. I don't even feel safe anymore living in the house, unfortunately.
God, that's just awful.
We've tried to help. This is the 18th. We had Flat Rock out. One of my daughters had. She was on the phone with me. He was having. I don't even know what you want to call it. He was out of control. So my son can. So my daughter called for a welfare check. Flat Rock came out. They took him to the emergency room for psychiatric eval. It's just not a good.
How old are you, Mr. Audie?
37.
You work?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Gorman?
I am 30. I'm sorry, 35. To be honest, I
I was an addict for a long time. I've been sober for a year, so I've been putting in applications, been going to interviews. She gave me until June to get a job. But then she she came at us in January and was accusing us of a lot of stuff, and she started threatening eviction. We were supposed to start paying rent to her in January, but the beginning of January, she started threatening eviction, saying she was going to the court to evict us, which she did end up doing. So that's why we never followed through with paying her the rent. And when it
I want to
comes
make sure that I understand all of this.
So you're right.
Wait. You guys lost your residence prior to moving in with your mother. Is that true or false, Mr. Audie?
True. We had moved out.
And when did you move out of the other place?
That was in October, late October.
And then you moved in with your mother and father, the two of you, correct?
And our 2 children.
And so you've had 6 months where you've been there, and your 2 kids have been there, right?
Correct. Or just under 6 months.
I got it.
But the original, sorry, Your Honor.
Mr. Audie?
The original.
Mr. Audie? Listen. I don't know. I guess I'm old school. Because I only had one mother and one father. And it sounds to me like they tried to do you a favor. And it hasn't worked out. That's what it sounds like to me. And it sounds like to me like if I was the son, or even if I was dating the daughter of the owners, that I would be saying, you know what, I'm not going to make you go through a court proceeding. I'm going to go ahead and move out voluntarily because that's what adults do.
That was honestly the plan, Your Honor. We planned on moving out.
Mr. Audie, I'm not done talking yet.
I didn't know that. Sorry, Your Honor.
So I'm going to make this easy. I'm setting aside the dismissal. You got to be more careful in the future. Okay. I know. That's what we do. How old are your kids, Mr. Audie?
13 and about to be 16.
I'm sorry, 13 and 16?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And it's good that you got kids, but they got to come first and foremost at this point. You're like way down the totem pole, as I've always thought that I am with my kids.
That's why we came
so
here.
It's incumbent upon, well, yeah, I know, but the parents did you a favor.
Right.
That's what they did. That's what parents do. And actually, maybe they could be faulted for bringing in a 36 or 37-year-old man and his girlfriend or fiance or whatever you are, wife and 2 kids. Maybe they could be faulted. Maybe we could do that at 21 for them, but at 35, 36, I wouldn't be particularly resolved to bringing in 4 new people to my home, but that's just me. I mean, I feel like when we've raised our kids to 21, 22, we do the best we can. They're on their own. So I'm going to make this really easy. I'm going to set aside the dismissal and we are going to have a hearing right now. If you tell me, Judge, I want to have the hearing tomorrow so I can prepare, then you can come here and I'll accommodate you and I'll make the hearing tomorrow. But you folks need to toughen up.
I agree.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, it seems to me that this woman is terrified. And don't either one of you tell me whether she should be or not, because I can tell by looking at her that she is. She had to call the police. So you guys just want to voluntarily enter into a consent agreement now where you can get out of there in 10 days?
Yeah.
The longest we can get, yes, because as of now, we had money saved up to move out actually, but our transmission went out on our car. We just paid that. We are showing his dad the receipt for that. And as of now, we will be in our car and my kids will be at my mom's. So the longest we can get to save up as much as we can. If 10 days is all we can get, then that's all we can get. I understand. But
yeah. With the eviction, there's not much I have to say besides it's not the full truth on what's being said. I know you could say she's scared.
You ever pay them any rent?
But we understand that it's
Yes or no? Did you pay them any rent?
we had an agreement with her to pay rent, but then she
Listen
told
to what I'm asking. I'm talking to Mr. Audie here.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever pay them any rent?
I tried and she said no.
I didn't ask you if you tried.
Then no.
I didn't ask you if you tried. I asked you if you ever paid them any rent. So your answer is no, correct?
She wouldn't take it. I had the money and she would not take it.
But you didn't pay them, right?
But she won't. I can't pay someone that won't take it.
What mothers do, because mothers and fathers love their children unconditionally. Stop, Ms. Gorman.
I'm sorry.
Well, you guys should be appreciative from the highest mountain for what they've done.
We are, and we have.
Ma'am, you're way too involved. And if you used any of that language toward her and you were my wife or my significant other, I wouldn't be with you another moment. If anybody called my mother any of those names, if she's telling me the truth and she just doesn't strike me as a liar, I'd never be with that woman.
Okay.
And now you're coming in here and you're getting boisterous, and I'm trying just to talk to Mr. Audie because he is the son. And let's be clear, you wouldn't be there but for him.
I apologize.
All right, don't say anything else unless I ask you. Will you do that for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Bring me a judgment form, Jennifer. Leave it
It's
blank.
on its way.
Thank you. You need to get a job, ma'am. I'm glad you're sober. You said you've been sober for a year, but at some point you got to get back into society.
Yes,
You're mid-30s. You should be working. And then you won't have money problems. Then you won't get kicked out of homes. Then you won't have to worry about where you're going to come up with the money to buy the next place. I mean, this is just fundamental life 101. That's what this is. And look at your dad. What you got a condition of some kind?
Oh, I got
Yeah. He's here. He's dragging the court here, and you guys are where? At the house?
Trust me, I know, Your Honor. And as you can speak to my dad, me and my dad have a very wonderful relationship. He did not want this to happen, and was pushed by my mother. And like I said, we have
Mr.
me and my
Audie.
mom. Okay, yes, sir.
Mr. Audie. Save it, please. Do you want this to happen? Do you want him to be out, Mr. Audie?
It didn't have to be this way, but at this point,
Did you ever hear Mrs. Gorman call your wife those names that she referred to?
yes, and I heard Ian, I like it.
You talked to your mother that way? Mr. Audie? You talked to your mother that way? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry I asked that question. I just think differently of you now.
I have said those things in regards to her.
Then save it. Save it.
Okay.
Gosh, I can't believe you would talk to your mother like that.
Seriously.
See how she talks to her grandkids.
Hey, listen.
I'm listening, Your Honor.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, I'll stop.
Thank you. So I got a young judge that's going to come here and tell me what to do now. She's a really bright lady, Judge Johnson here. She just got appointed in Taylor. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. This is not right, Mr. Audie. Ms. Gorman, this is not right. I'm setting aside the dismissal. I'm entering judgment. You got 10 days to get out. I don't expect anybody to be saying a sorry word toward your mother or mother-in-law or whatever she is to you, Ms. Gorman. I expect there to be peace and tranquility. And I'm going to sincerely hope that the four of you will use the next 10 days to patch up whatever differences so that you can enjoy a relationship as you should with your mother and mother-in-law, and she can, and your father can, with the grandkids. And you ought to apologize profusely for ever calling her any of those names. You don't have the right to do that. Are you kidding me? I don't care what she did. But again, I'm old school and I'm thankful for it. Judgment's entered. If they're not out by April 2nd, I've filled out the judgment. We're going to send a copy to
Old school, you say? No, not you, Judge.
everybody. If they're not out by April 2nd, on April 3rd, you come in here with an application for a writ. I will sign it. And then the court officer, I'll make sure they go out the 3rd or the 4th at the latest and get them out of there.
So they have 3 kids and a snapping turtle that they want to stick me with.
You're going to take that stuff with you.
No, we don't.
I never said that, Your Honor.
No,
Take them with you.
absolutely.
If you don't take them with you, I don't even want to tell you what the alternative is. You don't want to do that. Sure, this goes in there. Take them with you.
Yep.
And you don't have to wait until the 3rd to be, or the 2nd to be out either. Did I put the 2nd and 3rd on?
Let's see.
2nd, I don't.
Oh, yep, 2nd.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I hope you'll apologize. Ma'am, you need to get a job. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Trenton Nonprofit versus David Abdallah and all occupants. This is 2600938. So I adjourn this a week. Where's Mr. Abdallah? Come on up here, sir. All right. Mr. Otto, your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Troy Otto on behalf of the plaintiff, my client representative, Claudette Finns, also with me.
Right next to him on the other side.
And ma'am, you can come on over here to the left of Mr. Otto. You're with Mr. Otto, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Claudette Finn.
Can you move over to the left a little bit? Your left. And turn that podium toward me. Everybody looks nervous here. You're making me nervous. All right. Okay. And your name, Mr. Abdallah?
David Edward Abdallah.
Okay. So, counsel, you sent out a termination letter, and you told him he had to move by February the 23rd. And the basis you have here is exactly what?
It is a termination of lease based on material non-compliance with the lease terms. That was explained in the notice of termination letter. There are 2 major incidents, both involving physical violence. This is a senior housing facility. In order to live here, you have to be over the age of 65. It's a HUD housing facility. So it's all senior citizens that live there. And it's a high rise. So there's a lot of studio apartments and 1-bedroom apartments, and there's some community areas and community parking lot. Because of that, there are house rules, that are contained as part of the lease. And those house rules say you are not allowed to physically or verbally assault anyone. So the first incident that occurred was in summer, which is in August of 2025. There's an incident, and we have witnesses in the courtroom as well here. Because I asked Jen if I should bring it, and she said yes. They could testify to this, but in August there was an incident where their gleaners came to the building and they were distributing food, and Mr. Abdallah used vulgar language and threatened to beat someone's ass. So after that incident, Mr. Abdallah was issued a warning and allowed to stay. The most recent.
Did you do that, by the way?
Yes, the gentleman threatened me first, and I threatened him back. We both apologized to each other. There was somebody else who filed the complaint on me at this building.
And this is somebody from Gleaner's Food Bank.
What's that?
This is somebody at Gleaner's Food Bank that you threatened.
No,
No.
I was helping out. I was volunteering at the food bank.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think Gleaners was distributing food and there was another resident was
Yes.
who he threatened to kick his ass.
I see.
Oh,
All right.
so that incident happened. Then fast forward to January of this year, and there's a parking lot. There's assigned parking. I believe that there's not enough parking for everyone. So some people have assigned states, and then there's other just general parking. So on this date in question, which the video was sent to the court, there's a female resident who does not know Mr. Adalo at all. And as you can see in the video, she's just pulling out of her spot, minding her own business. Mr. Adalo, flags her down. And she probably should have just kept on going, but she didn't know, doesn't know she's got a tail light out. Who knows? So she humors him for a little bit, and he bangs on the glass and said, basically says, you don't use this. And she can testify. I don't want to, just giving the cliff notes here. But basically, she didn't know who he was, so she humored him. And then he said, well, you don't use your spot enough, so I want to switch spots with you and this and that. And then she...
Oh, that was her assigned spot?
That was her. So she was pulling out of her...
I looked at the video. I saw the
She's
video.
pulling out of her parking.
Was that her assigned video? Or her assigned spot, Mr. Abdallah?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not like she was parking in his spot. She was parking her own spot. And he flags her down, chases her down and says, hey, I want to switch parking spots with you because you don't use it enough, and she explained to him briefly, it's like my daughter's borrowing, not that it's any of his business, but she was trying to be cordial and said, this is my daughter's car broke down. I was letting her use my car, which is why I didn't use it. And then that's when he said, I'm going to take you out of this, I'll let her testify, but basically said, I'm going to throw you out of this effing car. And then that's when she,
Is she here?
Yeah, she's in the front row. And then at that point...
Did you say that? Did you say that?
I do not know.
Oh, you
have episodes of epilepsy and I had a blackout. I do not even remember the entire incident. It was.
You remember going up to her car?
No. The next day,
you don't remember any of that?
no, the next day, a friend told me that, hey, I hear something happening in the parking lot. And then I looked at seeing the video and saw that I went there. That day, I went up to her apartment, knocked on the door to apologize to her. She didn't answer the door. I tried calling her. She had my number blocked. So, yes, I had no.
Is the individual who he threatened to beat up, is he here?
No, there's a witness from the building, but not the individual.
Yeah. Did you
slow down a second? Did I see what?
I was going to say, you saw the video.
I did.
Did you see me pounding on the window?
No, I can't say I saw him pounding on the window
You
either.
saw me knocking on the window.
I saw him knock on the window.
Lord, we talked for a few seconds and then she drove away. She didn't speed away. She just calmly drove away, correct?
Yeah.
So there was no threat.
She didn't look like she was in a panic, but she certainly looked like she wanted to get away from you with the way she drove away.
She has a place to go.
I mean, the video speaks for itself.
What else do you have?
It's very interesting that now that he's telling what happened in the video after also claiming he didn't. I would really like to, have this help.
What else do you have? Anything else?
No.
Just those two incidents?
There are other. Those are the two major incidents. There's also minor incidents of him being loud and getting into it with others. Yes, but again,
come on up here, witness, please.
The overall issue, Your Honor, is that this is a senior housing facility. People need to feel safe at their home. I can't imagine why. Of course, he blocked her number. There's no reason for him to go approach her at all. It's her parking spot. Him even flagging her down in the parking lot is inappropriate.
Ma'am, what is your name? Is it Stanford?
Yeah.
And you said Benita?
Yes.
Benita?
BON.
Bonita. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Your right hand. That's okay. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened on that date. Do you know what date that happened when you were accosted by Mr. Abdallah?
Not a specific date, no.
Okay. About how many weeks ago was this?
Well, he's got it here. It's January 21st. So,
Is that about right?
yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
Well, I was going to go to the grocery store. And like I said, I was pulling out And as you do, you look in your rear view mirror, so you're not gonna hit anybody, you know, anything's happening. And Mr. Dahl was coming out of the building, waving his hands and stuff, so I stopped.
Can I stop you 1 second? My apologies. You were here in front of me on this before, right?
Yeah, we were here last week.
And I covered with you your rights, right? You have the right to a lawyer and all that.
Yes, sir.
And you waived your right to a lawyer, is
No,
that?
sir, I just couldn't get one. I called every place that I could find, and none of them were, they were all busy, or they, you know, didn't handle evictions, something like that.
Well, but we gave you the number of Lakeshore, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you call them?
Yes, sir.
What did they tell you?
They said they could not handle it. They told me, this was Monday, they said, if I didn't hear from them with a lawyer by Wednesday, they gave me a couple other numbers to call. And I called them, they couldn't handle it, but they gave me other numbers to call. And I called them, they didn't have time to do it. They gave me other numbers. I've been calling people all week trying to find an attorney. But like I said, nobody had the time to do this.
They don't really help on possession cases, do they, Jennifer? My recollection is I haven't seen them here in so long.
Not much, Your Honor. Normally it's non-payment issues that they handle more. And they've made some changes, so they don't have staff to come into court any longer.
All right. Why don't you continue and tell me what you have to say, ma'am?
So,
Because I would love to be able to give you a lawyer, but I can't appoint lawyers on non-criminal cases. This is not a criminal case.
He comes running his own flat in his arms. He gets to the window and he was banging on my window with his hands open palms. And so I lowered it a little bit. And he starts ranting and raving about it. I shouldn't have this parking space because I only use it 1 day a week. I tried to explain to him that my daughter's car broke down and that she was using it. And he started going on about me being an F&D and this should be his parking space. And
I think this should be a capital case.
And I asked him, so where is yours? And he's like, oh, somewhere over there, blah, 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 blah. He's like, I'm going to pull you out of that effing car. I'm going to have to beat your ass, blah, 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 going on. And so when I guess when I came to my senses, because I didn't quite realize what was going on at first, when I came to my senses that this guy's nuts, that's when I put my foot on the gas and took off.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But you don't remember whether or not you did that or not because you blacked out and you don't know what happened, right? You don't even remember it till the next day, right?
Right.
So you have no reason to dispute what she just said.
Exactly. It is possible because I've had blackouts before, and during the blackouts, I do tend to yell and scream. So that is possible, what she said. But under normal circumstances, Your Honor, if I knew I could bring witnesses, I could bring you a dozen people that tell you that is not my normal state of affairs.
Yeah, but that one incident's bad.
Well, then you can't drink. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that changes you to that level, I mean, it changes everybody when you have a bus, but if you act like that, if you have one instance that's it. You can't do it.
Bad enough, isn't it?
Yes.
On top of your other threats to this other gentleman with the cleaners.
Well, like I said.
I know, he was a co-resident. I get it.
It's because he threatened me first, Your Honor. That is.
Why did he threaten you? Do you remember that incident?
Yes.
What happened in that incident?
Okay, I had a lady at the table. She was giving me stuff. He got off the elevator, walked up to the table. I said, one at a time, please step back. He stepped back. And then when he got up to the table, he said, you're an asshole, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then I said, I'll beat the hell out of you. I used stronger language. And one of the other people filed the complaint. He didn't file the
Senior
complaint.
co-op. It's good to know that everybody's so calm
I
and.
do not believe he was a resident there. He was a younger individual. I believe he was there for somebody else, maybe his mother or something.
Oh, it's the Ovaltine gangsters.
He apologized to me for that. I apologized to him and it was over. There was somebody else who filed the complaint. The thing with the co-op, Your Honor, anybody could file a complaint against anybody for any reason, whether it's true or not. If I didn't like somebody, I could file a complaint on them just because I didn't like them.
Your Honor, as far as the August incident, we do have four,
Can I make a suggestion? You just want them out?
Absolutely. And Your Honor, it's not that even this is a senior facility, but it is not an assisted living facility. It's independent living.
No, I understand.
So just hearing this, the fact that he doesn't remember, we're here to protect the other people.
How long has he been there? How long have you?
2.5 years.
How long?
About 2.5 years.
Any other incidents besides these two?
But yes, according to Mr. Schimmel, there's been.
We'll bring Mr. Schimmel up here.
Well, just that one,
Your
cleaner,
I know. Well, come on up here. I want to ask you some questions. What's your name, sir? And can you spell it, please?
Leslie Schimmel, LESLIESHIMMELL.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Schimmel. You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right. So you witnessed the
Raise
Gleaners
the right
incident,
hand.
correct?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
As far as the other gentleman saying something to him, I did not hear that. If he did, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. All I heard was him saying he was gonna beat his fucking ass. And I said, we can't have that in here because I'm the vice president. So they took and somebody had wrote him up and we went to closed counsel. And he came in and said that the gentleman approached him first. And to my knowledge, they did not. He did not say anything to him. And that gentleman was somebody from our co-op. It wasn't somebody's
Son.
caregiver or anything.
There's 4 other witness statements from that event as well. And again, I'd like to point out, he was given a warning back then. He was not from, even vulgar, threatening to kick someone's ass is a violation of the lease.
I get it.
So he was given an opportunity. And again, this isn't about we're not trying to punish Mr. Abdallah, but, we have people at all ages up to probably 80, 90 years old. And this is their home.
You have to be 65 to live there?
That's the youngest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I'm
So
eligible.
you have to feel safe. We cannot just say, oh, you didn't remember and just have people going around. And this is over a parking spot.
I know.
So it's people don't feel safe
Ma'am,
when they're feeling.
what is your position there?
I'm Lease. I'm property manager.
Tell me your name again. What else can you tell me?
I didn't witness either of these events. I just know what was on the incident reports and that there were several people that witnessed the first incident. And then in the video, I did see the video and I did notice that before Bonita drove away, you could see that he was trying to pull the car door open, which that's what really worried me.
Do you have to say? You have anything to say?
Yes, Your Honor. If, like I said, if I knew we could bring witnesses, I would have brought people who would tell you that from day one of me moving in, I volunteered to help anybody who needed help. If somebody needed something to move, they called on me. If they needed something.
But you're threatening people now, sir.
Like I said.
You threaten people. We're not 10 anymore.
Yeah.
That's something you did on the playground, maybe. This is different. You're in your, sir, you went and grabbed her door at least and stopped her from leaving and accosted this woman over her using her parking spot and called her names that you can't refute because you're telling me you blacked out. That is enough on top of threatening this other gentleman, whoever he is. I mean, you can't do that.
Did you see me pulling on the handle?
I saw you getting aggressive and going up to her, and it was clear to me, you were not asking how her pet Cherokee is doing. I mean, it was clear to me there was a confrontation. It was clear to me she wanted to get away. It was clear to me that you were upset. I can't say I saw you banging on the windows. That if that happened, I missed it. You might have tapped on the window once. But nonetheless, you're threatening people in this housing complex, and you can't even refute what they're telling me, and I believe their testimony. Do you want to say anything else? What do you want? How many days you want them to be out by?
If you, the 10 is by law, we'll give another 20 to help.
You have another place to go?
No, sir. It doesn't matter. In 7 months, I would have been out anyway. That's when my money runs out. I got enough money to pay rent for 7 months and then that's it. Nobody would give me a job. And Social Security says I owe them $15,000. So that's it.
How much is the rent there?
It
556 or 565.
I don't know what his specific, the tenants are required to fill out what their income is.
Right.
But it sets the rent. So obviously I have no idea what this status with Social Security is.
Sir, there's no triable issue here as far as I'm concerned. I've heard enough. I don't have a choice. You can't act like that. And you have nobody to blame but yourself. That being said, I'm going to give him more than 30 days or more than 10 days. But I don't want you harassing any of these people. You understand? If he comes to me with a motion and more evidence that you have harassed anybody or made any threatening comments to anybody or been anything other than completely cooperative, I'm going to order an immediate eviction.
Understood.
I will, in this case, give him until April the 17th. Writ judgment for plaintiff, writ date, April the, actually, I'm going to make it the 24th. You have to be out. Okay? I wish you well. Thank you.
You want me to prepare it and upload it?
I'm just as soon you go down and get one and prepare it and bring it back and I'll sign it and everybody can wait and I'll give you 2 copies.
Understood.
Thank you.
Mr. Acuna, I need you to sit down and there's no vaping during court, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just trying to plug my phone in, ma'am. That's all I'm doing.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This morning we're here in reference to a motion to modify an EPO that I issued under JP2 EPO 2060306A, State of Texas versus Alexander Acuna. Alex, can you hear me clearly, sir?
Yes, sir.
And Kayla, you are the victim in that case, correct?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can. So let me get both of you on there real quick. You both raise your right hand. Any testimony each one you get today, do you solemnly swear affirm that testimony will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting on the prosecutor to reposition here in the courtroom. So Kayla, you filed a motion to modify this EPO. Can you state to the court what you're asking me to consider today?
So I want to modify it so that way Alexander can be able to see his kids. And yeah, I want him to be able to see his kids.
Holy shit.
Okay. Who's yelling in the background there?
I'm sorry, that's my roommate.
Tell your roommate if he doesn't want to be held in contempt of court, he needs to lock it and just lock his mouth
Yes, sir.
shut.
I can walk you through. Yes, sir. I just did it.
So Alex,
Yes,
you're
sir.
responsible for the background noise, so you got to keep them in control. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So go ahead.
Can I get a moment?
No, let's see if he'll change his tone here in a minute. Go ahead, Kelly.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I want to modify it so he will be able to see his kid. Yeah, I just want him to be able to at least see his kids. And that's it. I don't want him not to be able to be in the kids' lives.
Okay.
How do these people function?
Stephanie, do you have any
Wild.
questions for Kaylee?
I do have some questions. Kaylee, so what exactly happened that led to this EPO being put in place?
Oh, well, whenever I can't remember the exact day it was, but so we had gotten into an argument and he had broke my phone, and he was screaming that he wanted the baby and stuff. So that's why I had ended up calling the cops, because I was like, I don't want anything to happen. So I ended up calling the cops, and then he had went to jail, and then there was like an EPO, they had said.
But there was an incident that occurred about a few weeks before this incident, correct?
I believe so. I know that the cops didn't get involved, but the first time, and then I ended up having to call the cops.
Were there any moments prior to this incident where he put his hands on you?
There was.
Okay. What happened then?
That was whenever we had first got together. That was in Arlington, I believe.
Okay. What happened?
Okay, standard question. I do this all the time. Drugs, or is she really that stupid? It's wild. Just how slow.
Were in an argument, and I had tried leaving, and whenever I went to leave and like take all my stuff from his grandma had to call the cops because he had came outside and punched the mailbox, and then he tried attacking my other son's dad, and he yanked the bag of clothes from me and shoved me. So
Okay. So this is not the first time you've experienced this with this man.
no, ma'am.
Okay. And I just have one more question. So this EPO was in place, preventing y'all from speaking in any manner, correct?
I believe so. I'm not honestly sure, because the lady that called me from the jail had said we can have contact, but she said that he's not allowed over at the residence. So I'm like, I don't know. So I haven't spoke to him since, because I don't know if that's correct, because I've been told two different things.
So you haven't spoken to him?
Not besides on here.
Okay. I was just wondering why, if you haven't spoken to him, then why did he come at 9 shortly after you did instead of 8 when he was supposed to be here? How did he know to come an hour late because you were an hour late is what I'm asking.
Probably because whenever I take my son to school, he goes to school at 8. So I had called them and then told them that I was going to be a little late, and she was like, we can't change the time, so just try to join the Zoom, and that's what I did. I joined the Zoom because I had to take Giovanni to school, my other son.
But how did Mr. Acuna not know to be here at 8 then?
I don't know. I haven't spoke to him.
You didn't tell him that you were going to be late on this Zoom call?
No, no, ma'am.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Kaylee, anything else you want to add to this request?
No, no, sir.
Thank you. Alexander, do you have anything you wish to say in reference to the motion that's been filed? Protection of Alexander or the victim in this case, Kaylee?
What was that?
I was talking to Alexander. I wanted to give him a chance to be here today.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I would like to speak, sir. I've been going through a lot. I've been going in and out of hospitals, sir, because I'm a schizophrenic and have split personality disorder. Yes, it doesn't right my wrongs what I did, but I would love to see my kids because I love my kids. I'm a good father, sir. And the reason why I was late to the Zoom call because I barely went through my Gmails and seen that I had a Zoom call. So I had joined the Zoom call around 9-ish. And then I had exit off because my phone was dying and the Zoom call was
Does your kid have the pajamas with the little Yodas and shit?
taking a minute to get on the Zoom.
Okay.
One of my favorite.
Anything else you want to add, Alex?
No, sir. That's it, sir.
Stephanie, you have any questions for Alex?
No, Your Honor.
You. In reference to the motion that's filed by this to this court by you, Kaylee, I'm going to deny the motion to modify the protective order. And the reason for that is that you're worried about him not being able to see his kid. But when I remember this case from reading it at the jail, plus reviewing my notes now.
Nicolas Cage stealing a box of Huggies with nylons on his head was just a top-notch comedic moment in my life.
On the officer's report is that Alex snatched the kid out of your hand during the fight. So that tells me that there is propensity to possible violence toward the child in this case. So I'm going to let the prosecutor's office make any recommendations on the case to be accepted or rejected through the court system. But my court order for the emergency protective order will stand and expire on the date that's listed. It is a no contact EPO, so that means there's no communication between you parties at all, period, not being around each other. And furthermore, Alex, there is a condition of bond that is in place, and that stays in place until the case is disposed of or modified, either by me or the trial court. So your modification request is denied, Kaylee. I wish you both the best.
I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't remember the date. Are you able to tell me what that date is?
Yes, ma'am. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
You should have a copy of that EPO order in your person at all times. However,
I also have a question. You guys are never going to believe what it is.
Ma'am, are you a whore?
on that date of the order that I signed, it will expire on June the 1st of 2026. And the condition of bonds mimic the protective order. So as long as the case is still pending, all conditions of bond are the same as no contact, no acts of violence, no being at that residence, and so forth.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you both. You're excused from court at this time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. That's it. C'est fini. That was fantastic. Thank you, Zach. LawNerdsUnite. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Matt. Speaking of Matt, I didn't see it in time, but I have not one, but 2 Dollar Store songs. I got an amended Dollar Store song for the soft sit case. I haven't heard it. I'm going to take you out with that. Thank you all for coming out. That was, I don't know why, that was just really fun. Good times. Good times on the Accidental Marathon stream.
Yeah. Monday afternoon. Yeah, Monday afternoon, Law Talk with Mike Live. White Claw, pipe and chat blowing up. Let's dive. Another sovereign in the hot seat. feel the vibe. Bay versus the system. Round two, no lie. Dollar General lot. Fluorescent glow. Crack tags. False stage. No valet plate on the whip. Cop lights. Rage. Bay chilling. Shotgun. Windows down so them brave. Driver silent. But babe about to misbehave. Officer steps up. License red. Step out slow. Bay lean back. I ain't driving, bro. I'm traveling. You know. Right to travel. Constitution. Article 1, Section 8. Place for commerce. Not Freeman. Check the debate. Body can roll it. Tension thick like fog. Bay spitting affidavits. Quoting no law blogs. I do not consent. Am I being detained? Cop grab the arm. That's when it changed. Shots turn physical. Cups click. Scene escalate. Failure to ID. Plus obstruction on the plate. Hey. Bay just blade. No all caps. Straw man chains. Sovereign citizen breaking out the name game. Dollar General drama. Monday court on the screen. Mic cracking jokes while the judge turning mean. Channel not drop. No contract. No consent. But the bitch ain't buying that sovereign argument. Courtroom now, orange jumpsuit, papers in a stack, bay, stand tall. Your Honor, hear the facts. I filed the paperwork, name change, certified, bay. Lowercase living man, no corporate lie. John doing caps, that's the fiction, the trust. I'm the flesh and blood, y'all dealing with the real thrust. Prosecutor smirking, judge rubbing his head. Mr. Bay, this ain't how jurisdictions read. Mike on the mic, folks, he just dropped useless. They won't throw your weight. Reserve the rights, now the court looking stunned. Told them that empty flags got no power here. Judge like, sit down, son, we do this every year. Flashback to the lot, I ain't the defendant, that's the all caps ghost. You contracting with a dead end and TV, that's the most common fraud in the land. But I woke up, I quit, no joined, no person, no statute to hit. Cop, hands behind your back, bay, I object on the record. Chaos in the parking lot, sovereign words got wrecked. Now the jury watching evidence on repeat. Body cam, Luke, wild Mike, sipping to defeat, baby. Just bang, all caps, storm and chains. Sovereign citizen breaking out the name game. Dollar General drama, Monday court on the screen. Mike cracking jokes while the judge turning mean. Travel not drive, no contract, no consent. But the gable dropping hard on that sovereign intent. Yo, so here we sit. Monday glow from the phone. Law talk with Mike. Roasting bay to the bone. Might catch a bid, might walk with a fine, but deep down, babe, still believe the line. I'm free, I'm traveling. No master decree, Dollar General ranking, Southern MVP. Mike sign off next video. You got a wild one, babe, still out there spitting sovereign fun. It's like, comment, subscribe, see y'all next time. Keep it real, chat, sovereign season never ends.
Holy wow. That's magical.